getting dicey.
Never.
I don't think I've ever done that.
I'll be upset if
I don't think
it
I've
was.
ever
Never.
done that correctly.
No, you've done it right heaps of
I was
times.
sitting there
You
going,
have.
this one's going so smoothly. This one's all detailed and it's got everything. It's set in the scene. Let's go. And fucked it. Just fucked it completely. But the Cal's on. We got that on at least. So, all right. So this map, it's a very large map. Each of this grid is 50 by 50 feet. And you guys are, I've shrunk you guys down a little bit. So if you zoom in, you can see your positions. You can also sort of zoom up to the top of this hill and get an idea of what's standing at the entrance of this circle of boulders at the top of the hill as well. You also get a decent look at what this tree creature looks like with its token as well. But we'll go to Morley and Mirakin near the base of this hill. Morley, what's running through Morley's mind?
Running's the operative word. I just want to get back to the crew as quick as possible, but I also don't want to kind of make or draw attention to ourselves. So I'm trying to hug the tree line because American's a little bit in front of me. So I'm trying to hug the tree line and just bolt back as quick as I can, with the aim to start yelling when I feel like they're in hearing distance, which I don't think they are at the moment.
Yeah, so the little markers that are on the map here at the moment, that was just so the players could see the map. Their positions, you guys, both Mirakin and Morley, you walked for like 10 minutes before getting to this.
Walk?
From
I'm not walking.
You did walk from the cart to here. It took you about 10 minutes. So if you're going, and so that's assuming you're walking at 30, your normal speed. If you were dashing or running, you'd be able to make it back in 5.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm definitely fucking running.
Okay. American, you're sort of, I'm assuming, doing the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a player, I just want to say, whoopsies, sorry everyone. Also, like, I did not have a clue it was bigger than, like, it's bigger than a it's like as big as a 2-story building, right? This big tree monster.
This thing is like a 4-story building.
Jeez,
It's 40 foot tall.
that. I feel really bad as a player because I did not realize it was that big before I started antagonizing the situation. So that's on me. I did not realize that, but here we are.
Here we are having fun.
That's 50 foot.
The size of the tree is 40 foot tall.
40 foot. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
and the original thing it split out
Was
of was
a 50 foot
wasn't
tall.
it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It is monstrous.
Also, I just realized I don't have Sirenscape turned on because it's been 2 weeks and I completely forgot everything. So you guys continue talking. We'll get that up. We'll get that running.
It was weird that it looked like Strahd, the thing that it split out of.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it myself, but
Yeah.
Did not that much like him though.
Wow, the
poor
critique
writer.
or the artistic critique.
had the fangs. I wonder what parts they chose to really accentuate. Like his collar.
All right.
It was very derivative.
We won't be using Sirenscape tonight because they've had an update, and so it's way too late to chuck that in tonight. So that's okay. That's fine.
I wanted to ask the DM something actually.
Sure.
I wanted to confirm because we attacked it with fire when we kicked this whole mess
You
off.
attack the statue with fire, not the
Yeah,
tree
and
creature.
that was made of wood.
It was made of like dirt and wood and twigs and vines.
So it didn't take double damage though.
The statue,
But that wasn't the real monster
That
anyway,
wasn't the real
so I guess
monster.
that's a moot
you guys are
point.
quite far away from this thing. You haven't had a proper look at it. The most you've seen from it is its shape. You haven't really seen many of the details of this creature because of the distance you've been.
Okay.
So we can fast forward 5 minutes and have you guys arrive at the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down for that.
Okay. What do you guys do when you reach the cart?
There's a big giant tree. It's a big monster. Coming for us. No, Barry, this is no time for pleasantries.
They've awakened a monster. It's huge.
So seeing them run up, yelling "monster, monster," I'm gonna peek my head out.
Like,
And I see
they have like been sprinting to get to this cart.
Can I see anything?
I mean, the cart is parked far enough away that the crest of this hill is way off in the distance. You can see the top of this hill broaching, sort of pushing through a bit of mist. By the time they've gotten to you and the cart, and you look out towards that hill, you can see the top of something like moving through the mist. It's not at the top of this hill anymore, but you can see something and you're not sure what it is. Just this blackened shape just slowly kind of swaying through. You can't see anything other than a small chunk of the top of it.
And it looks huge.
You can't tell from this distance, and as you watch it, it dips down beneath the layer of mist.
What do you need me to kill?
Get in the horse. Get in the. We get the horse.
Get in the horse.
Get the horses. Get in the horse.
Immediately.
Roll for
I
animal
won't
handling.
fit in the horse.
That was our plan.
Yeah.
That was what we were planning on
Get
doing.
in the,
It was
get in
one
the
of
horse
the
and hide.
What are you talking about? A monster? What?
It's as big as the steeple on St. Andrews, I tell you.
I'll kill it.
The tree thing. We
It's a
gotta
big
run.
It's a tree.
It's huge.
But it's alive, Baron. It's alive. We
it
gotta get out
coming-
of here.
It's
It's
chasing
coming
you.
this way.
How fast is it?
I don't fucking know how fast it is. It's a big walking
Did
tree.
you look at it?
Yes, and I ran away as fast as my legs could carry
Is
me.
it still chasing you right behind you?
Molly looks back and sees I guess I see the same kind of shadowy topping coming through the mist.
It's there, man. Look in the mist, man.
And you two just see the top of it sort of disappearing down into the mist as you look towards it.
How far away do I
I'm
see
gonna-
it?
I'm gonna.
Sorry.
I was going to say, at this point, it's hard to tell because you guys are like almost a mile away from the crest of that hill at this point. This is far off in the distance. But so it's
well away.
Yeah, it's
I think-
a fair way
I think-
away.
Seeing their reaction, and they don't usually talk nonsense. Bill's gonna get the horse ready, and
Don't they?
I guess it's time to run away.
Morley, I will say,
Didn't say that.
what I will, both American and Morley, the speed of this thing, it looked, while it was large and it was taking large sort of steps or moving quite a distance, it was moving that distance quite slowly. It had a bit of weight that it was trying to move, so it didn't look like it was moving any faster than maybe you would at just a normal walking pace.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So we can
Like
get
a
out of
piss
this.
bloke stumbling home from the
A
pub.
little bit, yeah.
Is that what you told us? About the speed?
It's really, actually,
I'm not explaining anything. I'm grabbing the reins and starting to like get the horses moving, and we can explain as we run away.
Okay.
It's very big.
No, I got that. And I think I saw the top of it, and it looked, even from here, it looked massive. But we might be able to, if it's going to attack us, is it going to attack you? Is that what was happening, or is it just going this way
don't know.
as a
I don't
coincidence?
know.
Are you having this conversation
it's-
while going anywhere or while staying put?
I'm following Morley and Murican.
I'm
Who
leaping
know-
into the cart if I can.
But- Yeah, the cart is starting to move,
Okay.
and we're going to try and talk as we get away.
Bill.
So we should all be on the cart then.
I'm hopping up into the cart with
Oh,
them.
yeah, okay, cool.
I believe them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll sit between the two dead bodies on the top.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. All right, so you guys basically hurry yourselves back into this cart. Everyone's in position. Baron, you're on the top, keeping sort of a lookout from behind. Where are you heading?
Away.
Hold on.
Away.
Should we escape now, or should we take this advantage?
I think we should at least wait till it appears. Like, It's miles, well, hundreds of feet away, isn't it?
We need to get to a space where we have the advantage, if anything. We can't engage. There wasn't just one monster, there were more.
There's more than one?
And they were all coming this way.
More than one.
Oh, you only mentioned one big one.
No, one big thing and some smaller angry things.
And druids.
And druids.
Oh, and druids. Even better.
There's a lot going on.
Oris is just like, I don't smell any druids.
Thank you.
So are they? What exactly happened? Are they chasing you?
There was some sort of summoning, and this creature burst out of the ground, Baron, and then it started lumbering down the path with evil in its heart.
And Strahd was there.
Yes, Strahd was there, and Bucephalus too.
Who?
I think we saw that, the flaming thing in the sky.
That's right. That's right. It was a flaming horse.
A flaming horse. And
Literally.
And Strahd was on that, right?
Strahd was riding the horse, but he rode it into the sky. It's going to sound fucking crazy. He rode the horse into the sky. I don't know if you've ever seen Back to the Future 2. At the very
Yeah.
Wally, is your kombucha non-alcoholic, or have you been hitting the bottle a little too hard?
I think it's around 3%, but it's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Okay. For situations like this, shouldn't we use phase 1 of?
I just need to know:
attacking?
Are you guys moving, or are you staying put? Is the cart moving north up the path, or have you stayed put, talking to decide what's going to happen?
I just want to say one thing before we decide that. Should we go towards it and then stay out of its range while shooting it at long distance, and then moving the cart continually out of its range as like a sort of a phase 1 sort of plan?
We go towards it.
I'm not sure
until we're just out like 90 feet away from it, and then we turn around and keep out of range.
It'll catch us like that, man.
But you said it was the same speed as you walking.
I'm pretty quick.
I think, given American's got the reins, she kind of needs to make the call as to whether she's driving the horses forward or not.
Yeah,
I have been driving them forward, but I am listening.
So you've been driving north. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not going to head into unknown territory at this time. I would say we may be able to fight it, but we should pick a place where it's at our best advantage.
Yes.
Who's been to war?
Well, I've been to
Loris.
Loris with the hand.
Loris needs some tactical advice from the master of strategy.
I never said I was a master. How to war? Stand and fight. Make them bleed more.
Well, he's not wrong.
Quite a...
So if we just win, that's a good tactic.
Yeah.
I've been to the market at Christmas time, and that was bloody busy. It's pretty close. As close as I've got.
That sounds like war to me.
Right. Do we see any tactically advantageous spots? Like, I don't know if we're going uphill or like, what's the lay of the land?
It's all downhill from here to the winery.
Oh no, downhill. That's bad. Right? Is that bad, Loris?
I usually just stand in front of people and beat the crap out of them. So uphill, downhill doesn't matter.
Okay.
Real Sun Tzu on our hands.
Where's the war school of Sig when you need
I never
him?
said I was a tactician, all right?
Uphill, downhill, doesn't matter.
Sig was our tactician.
Yeah. I'm just gonna nod at what Laura says and be like, Brian, any ideas?
Yeah, how about this? I think we do so if it's moving towards us at walking speed, we go back towards it within range, about like 90 feet away from it, and then we start moving away from it at the same speed that it's coming towards us, and then we can shoot it with our bows and arrows and our spells until maybe it gets weakened. If that doesn't work, we'll have to find some place where it's bottlenecked, and then we'll make a stand. Because I think if it keeps on going, it's going to smash the winery.
While you guys are talking, where the mist slowly kind of thins out near the base of that hill, you see this shape just sort of crash down with one what looks like kind of a foot, but there's lots of roots and like things trailing from it. And then another foot comes down. And within seconds, you're seeing like the lower half of this thing slowly just making its way down this path towards you.
Do we see any other smaller creatures around it?
No, you don't. It's just this one shape at this point.
Does it seem like that is moving faster than a walking person, or same sort of speed?
From this distance, it's really hard to gauge speed, but it's matching that kind of slow kind of thudding that both Morley and American explained.
How far away is it?
So nearing the bottom of this hill. It's a few hundred, like maybe 400 to 600 feet away at this point.
Okay.
How maneuverable are the horses? Like, is this path easy to turn around on? Because if we get stuck and not, we have to be able to be agile around them.
Yeah, that will be
3-point
to sort of
like the Austin Powers.
To turn this thing around, you would have to go off the path into the grass and sort of loop around.
That sounds.
I'm not sure that horses and carriages are that maneuverable.
What does the DM say?
You have to make big, like, arcing curves to turn a horse and cart. So, like I said, you'd have to go off the path into the grass area and do a big loop around. It'd take a wee while.
Let's get within 200 feet of it, and we'll turn it around so that we can escape at the same rate that it's chasing us.
Can we not?
And we can shoot it with bow and arrow.
Can we not just wait for it to get within that range, and you guys can prepare spells and stuff?
Well, that's another 200 feet.
I don't know how fast it is.
It would take.
What's the problem with the feet?
It's only going to take a couple of minutes for it to get another 200 feet.
Yeah, I just think the longer that we keep shooting at it, the more.
Okay, give it less time to get to the winery.
Yes.
Right. We need it. We want to protect these poor defenseless folk. Can't let it progress.
These things going for the winery. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It might be going somewhere else to ruin shit, but that's still bad.
But they do hate the winery. We've seen that.
Let's just say I don't think they summoned it to help people.
The construction.
Well, they could have.
Maybe we're the bad guys. You're right.
Through the as it's getting closer, you're now seeing a bit more of its form. It's still looking like a dark silhouette, sort of cut into the mists that are just slowly drifting between you and the hillside.
Okay, I think we should. Oh.
It's probably halved its distance. It's probably maybe 300 feet away at this point.
I think you're right, Brian.
Yeah.
Let's move. Take the initiative.
Yeah, let's move forward 150 feet and then turn it around so that we are ready to escape while shooting off the back of the thing, of the horse and cart.
That'll give me time. I'd like to do something. I'd like to call Runzen out and be like, Runzen. And I want to ask Runzen to, I want to say, Morley, lend us your crossbow bolts. Runzen's going to put some poison on them.
Okay. And then I kind of reach into my quiver and take out a bushel.
A bushel, I think. Yeah,
sure. Yep, I do that.
Sure.
What's Bill doing through all of this?
He's flipping through a songbook, like readying some insults.
Nice. He's quickly researching. I like that. It's like, shit, there's got to be something about trees in this thing.
Well, it's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
There's got to be something.
American, you the horses were already sort of in this direction when you were parked up. You'd already started heading back. You turn them around, and it takes a wee while, but you manage to maneuver these horses around and start heading towards this massive creature. It's just gotten down to the bottom of this hill by the point you get a good 200 feet from it. That's about what you wanted, right? 200 feet? Is it just
yeah?
And this is when a few more details become clear. There's a few things that really stick out. The first being that there is a greenish glow in the middle of this thing. just this like a magical green glow coming from maybe the insides of this tree thing. The other thing that you notice again is just how enormous it is. It absolutely dwarfs the trees on each side of you in the woods. But also, lastly, it looks to be covered or maybe dripping or oozing blood. It's just this red just dripping from this thing. It is just wet with blood.
Now, you did not mention that.
Yeah, that was a new thing. Wally, did you not see that?
Didn't notice that somehow.
No, too scared.
The giant glowing green thing.
Oh, your microphone's muted there, Morley. Sorry.
I'm sure it would be
Didn't
a great
see
shot.
that. Didn't see that. I was in the process of running away.
I can see why you're running away now.
Yeah, this thing is enormous. It is terrifying. It doesn't hold the shape of any trees that you've really seen before. But in the moments where it stops, like when it takes a footstep and like plants itself for a moment before taking another step, it's almost like you don't recognize it as a beast. It looks like a tree, but then it moves and instantly that illusion's gone again. Every single time it plants its foot, it just looks to you just like a tree.
That tree needs to be felled. Let's go.
Get your axe.
Get
your axe ready, Loris.
I'm feeling some knee smashing coming on.
Hold on to your axe. Let's go.
We're like, Loris, do not jump off the cart. I swear to God, I'm seeing you almost jumping off the cart right now.
Loris has got
be
his.
safe.
Loris literally has his mace and is primed to leap off the wagon. He's just hungry to get bathed in some goo.
Oh, okay.
He sees some stuff that he hasn't wiped on his armor for like ever. So it's like, this is a new thing. I want this.
You can
This
also,
will go great with my collection.
you can also notice that as it's walking, there are these like vine-like tendrils like following behind it, like it's dragging these vine-like tendrils behind it.
My max range is normally about 120 feet. What's everyone else's max range?
120 with a javelin, 120 with an axe, I think. Yeah.
I can
I'm like,
sling a fireball about that far.
All right.
Fireball.
And I'm assuming the majority.
Why are you mocking a fireball? It's a big tree.
Fireball sounds great against the tree, actually.
Against one
Go
dripping
play
with
the
blood.
go, Loris.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Well, once it comes within 120 feet, what do you say we shoot it and then we move to another 120 feet distance
Continuously retreat.
while shooting? The Parthian shot.
Who's driving?
The what?
The Parthian
Well, we need
No.
we need someone driving who's not attacking, if you know what I mean. We need to be constantly kind of moving.
Runs
Keeping
in.
that distance.
That's it. Take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Ranzan, take the wheel.
I don't know if that's part of his skill set, to be honest.
I'd love to see this little bug drive.
I think there's an
It's a spider, not a
that
bug.
was Anu Takana, right? Vehicle proficiency for summon spiders.
Yeah. No, he's definitely got that. You know what? Even if he doesn't, I'm willing. It's his time to shine. Go for it, Ranzan.
You can do it.
No, in fact, I will take the wheel with my animal handling skills.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Once
do
it
we
comes
lose?
within 120 feet, I want to shoot.
I'll say you guys get within 120 feet. The horse and cart comes to a stop. Am I right in saying that? Or you're going to be doing a big loop to turn around?
What we're doing is, we're turning around. We're facing to escape.
Yeah.
Right. So here's us going to escape. Here's the big tree. Once it's within 120 feet, we'll all shoot, and then we'll move away with our movement to the same distance that it can move towards us. So we're always keeping maybe around about 120
All right.
feet.
What I'll get from everyone is a
Between
roll of initiative. I'll probably have to add you guys all manually since your tokens aren't here. How the hell do I add you guys?
Don't forget to call your rolls.
Would help if I had my character sheet up, eh?
Yes. I rolled
So
a 14.
I have to do this all manually this time, unfortunately.
I forgot to click my token. Sorry, but I rolled an 11.
I've got
a
5.
12.
Sorry.
Oh wait, we're not on the map.
Yeah,
as
so
the
that's
tokens.
That is true.
Oh no, I got a 9.
Molly, you got a 5.
0.15.
That 0.15 is really important.
The Baron.
I rolled a 4.13.
Cool.
So
Baron's just flat 9, which is cool. And Loris, how much for you? Sorry.
4.
4, and we'll just get.
4.
Let's just get. Oops. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
I'm so nervous.
Stupid tree.
Stupid.
I must admit, after hearing that it's oozing stuff, I'm more excited to get close. But just the idea of green goo to like celebrate with is just really got me quite excited.
It's blood. It's oozing blood.
It's oozing blood. It's not just goo. It's giving blood.
Goo blood. It's
glowing
like,
green.
It's literally
Oozing
giving
red.
me the stuff that I want. You know, like I want every vanquished enemy to give me.
Okay, so what I will say.
Got those tentacles flapping out the back.
Every gentle lover.
There's one final thing that happens as you start bringing that cart to a turn to sort of aim it towards escape, is that everything just stops for a moment. Everything just freezes.
Oh no! Except for our eyeballs.
And you just hear, "It's time for that familiar face I talked about."
Oh no!
And a sparkling appears above you, and a person falls down through this little portal right next to the cart, hands and knees on the ground, and you just hear from this person, "Oh, my knees! Oh no, my knees! Oh, it's my knees!"
Good old boy.
Silda has just dropped from this ethereal like portal down onto the path. And he stands up, dusts off his knees, and sees this cart and sees this massive tree-like creature coming down this hill. But he recognizes you, Baron, and Loris, and American, and Bill. Doesn't recognize you, Morley, unfortunately. And he's like, "Oh, what the hell is happening this time?" And he just starts running towards your cart to get on.
Get in the cart, Silda! Quick!
And he clambers on. And let's make sure he's in the initiative order as well.
It worries me that you brought Sildar in now. That you obviously clearly thought we needed the assistance.
Well, I don't know about need the assistance, but this was more about because there's been no other time for me to bring Sildar in.
Okay.
Because it was the familiar face.
What now? What's the difference between now and any other?
Because
time?
Exactly, like now and any other.
Now is more interesting narratively.
No.
Yeah, it's like popped in while we were talking to the priest, and he's just sitting there
exactly.
like,
He was a combat
That
wheel.
would have been good.
He was a combat wheel.
That would have been.
So he comes in.
That would have been less scary.
During combat.
To be fair.
Anyway,
It's blown my mind. It's blown my mind. I've only been able to mutter Dildar, and that's it.
Dilda? Yeah.
At the top of the order is American.
Okay, so my question has to be, do I have to spend my whole turn on horses? Because if I could get a pot shot in, that would be nice.
You don't have to.
But if I want to effectively maneuver the horses, do I have to give my whole action to that?
That's a good point. No, you as long as because they're all lined up. You can just...
They're all lined up and they're just ready to be... Like, I could maybe do a bonus action to whip them or whatever to get them to move. I will whip them kindly, though, okay?
It's like moving the horses is using your move action, basically.
Okay, cool. So I will take a shot with my short bow. At normal, not advantage. What have I rolled? I've rolled... Oh, critical fail.
Oh my gosh.
Why would this happen?
We have to get rid of the whole dice thing.
get rid of the dice thing? You don't like them?
Yeah. No, we're rolling ones.
So, Joe, can you give me a D100? Because what happens is if anyone rolls a critical fail, we roll a D100 just to see how bad that fail is.
Is such a good way to start the battle. I've rolled 28.
That's very low.
Ooh.
Not
Very
great.
low.
That's not good.
It's above a quarter.
Yeah, it's below a third.
Above a quarter, yeah.
What are we going to do here?
I'm worried for you, Joe.
Oh, I know. Someone else falls from the sky.
I'm just going to say you're really lucky that the horses are behind you at this point. They're facing north. You've turned around to shoot behind you over towards the tree. So you're not going to damage the horses. But the Baron is going to take 6 points of damage being on the top
already.
being on the top of this cart.
Why
Okay,
the
I
Baron?
did want to say,
Why the
I actually had. I wanted to say that I'd coated those with poison.
But you
Thank you for saying that.
I did want that to be what I'd done to those arrows.
So the Baron is now poisoned and injured.
So what happens with a poisoned arrow, Joe? What do we got? It's the same as a bite.
Set up for the. I don't know. That's the wild shape poison damage. I don't know what we figured out for the.
We need to take a look at something for this.
So he must have, according to what I've put here, he has to make a saving throw, but it doesn't say what the saving throw
saving
is.
throw would be against
15? No, 14.
Yeah. I think
This is so good. I've really helped.
I'm just going to be. I guess there's an arrow sticking out my ass.
it's just like thunk straight into one of your butt cheeks.
It's really not my day.
Not your day.
Can you give us a con save, please?
Okay.
This is so bad.
I mean, it's not good. And I believe Ranzen's is like 12 DC anyway, so 16 is 16 is a pass. So you don't get any of the poisoned like effects or anything like that. But we will. It's maybe another 2 points of damage from the poison. But you don't suffer any poison effects.
Wow.
Sorry,
Okay,
Brian.
I'm just going to be coughing. And just go.
What a
Stick to the plan. The big tree. Shoot the big tree.
Okay. It's anything else from American?
I think I've done enough. I'm gonna ready my action to like get the horses to move forward.
Sure. This massive tree just instead where it currently is, it doesn't seem to be following the path. It uses its turn just to take a few steps off the path, and starts heading towards like the woods.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was unexpected.
And it's maybe like 30 feet away from the woods. And it's Sildar's turn. And Sildar's just spending his turn trying to get like a brace of like where he is. He's where am I? Oh God, is this a dream? Oh my God, this is terrifying. He's freaking out at the sight of this thing. But you do see he is well stocked up. He's got his big crossbow on his back. He's got a long sword at his side.
A lot of good his crossbow is doing on his back right now.
He literally just appeared. Jesus Christ! He
literally just fell out of his face.
He did literally just fall out of.
So what's going to happen is
Give him 6 seconds, he'll be fine.
Sildar is going to delay his actions, and he has asked the group like, "What's happening? What's going on? Where am I?" And that's so he'll take his turn last if people want to sort of give him any sort of information. Bill, over to you.
How far away is this thing?
It's about 110 to 120 feet away now.
Okay, and he's headed into the tree line,
Yeah,
basically. In that case, I'm just going to say, I'm glad you're here, Sildar. I hope it's a dream, but so far, every time we've woken up, we've still been here. So, welcome. Welcome to hell.
Awesome.
And I am going to ready my action, which is going to be a vicious mockery if it gets within range, which is quite far away still.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
I need 60 feet.
Right. Baron, over to you. Your ass is a little sore right now.
Yeah. So Bill, you need to get within 60 feet. So you just reading. Yep. I thought we were all 120. Okay. What do you say? Should I shoot it with the? It's walking towards the forest. Does it look like it's going to cut through the forest towards the vineyard? Or
I mean, you all know that the vineyard is to the north.
So that's the direction it's going in.
It's heading north.
Fuck. This may be our only chance to start shooting it before it fucks off into the forest. I'm going to shoot it with the big guns. I'm going to point my finger at it, and a stream of fire will shoot out of the tip of my finger and arc. And aim right at its green center, its green gooey center.
Sure. What are you casting?
Fireball.
Oh, dang. Okay.
It's rich, bloody center.
I guess I can click it. No, I don't have it. I don't think I have it written down. But it's 8d6 damage, and it has to do a dex save of 15.
Dex save.
A dex save.
No dex save. And it has failed.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm... the damage is... what is it? So this is the description. I point my finger, and to a point I choose within range, and then it blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame, and each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make the save, or it takes 8d6.
8d6
damage.
Nice. Give us a roll.
That's huge.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it does more than that, seeing as it is a tree.
We'll see.
But maybe not.
8d6. 8d6.
24.
Oh.
It's not that great.
That feels on the low end.
You're good.
Oh.
That's quite disappointing.
Yeah, there are some low ones. A 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 1, 4, 3.
That was more on the low end than it should have
Okay,
been.
though, we still like
Yeah, this it arcs out from your finger and just causes this 20 what is it, radius? 20-foot radius? Just sphere
so it's 40 foot wide.
Fire around this thing. And you lose sight of it within this sphere of fire. And when the spell dissipates, you see that it has some sort of charred bits that are sticking out. But the wetness of this of the blood that is coating this thing means what you may have been hoping for didn't occur. It is not on fire.
So it's not flammable sap.
No, it's blood.
Damn
The
it.
wetness.
I'm just going to have to resort to smashing this thing.
I'm like, stay on the cart, god damn it, Loris.
Anything else? Anything else from the Baron?
I'm just gonna go get him, Sildar.
Oh.
What?
You okay? Are you okay? Adam?
What happened?
Sorry. I just smashed my knuckles on the desk.
Are you okay? Are you all right?
Sorry. Yeah,
That was a good ouch.
I thought that was Sildar's knees. That's what it sounds like. Ow!
Go get him, Soda.
As long as you're okay, that's the main thing.
Adam's going to play Sildar next campaign.
So nothing else from the Baron.
I know.
Adam, Morley, it's your turn.
Okay. What did we? Sorry. What did we see when the fire hit him? Just like, was there any kind of sense of like some embers or
There's
anything?
some-
Like,
some-
do we
a couple
feel?
of charred little bits on some of the branches, but nothing that was like nothing that is still burning. That's for sure.
Is there any part of this tree that's not oozing blood?
This thing from the distance you're at, it looks like this thing is just covered in blood.
All right. I'm going to, devoid of imagination, I'm going to take my cues from the Baron and try and shoot out a firebolt directly into the green heart, the green glowing, throbbing heart.
Oozing.
Oozing.
What's that?
The 16 to hit.
16 is a hit.
All right. It'll take 9 fire damage.
Yeah, cool. Again and again, the fiery bolt just zips from your fingers and just crashes into its sort of in that area, the chest, or what looks like it might be the chest area of this thing, and it zaps in. And for a moment, this may have happened while it was surrounded by that fireball as well, but just being hidden by all of that massive flame. But because yours is more concentrated, you just see a little bit of it open up and a little rumble comes out of it, and it looks like it's a mouth. It looks like it's got like you've hurt it a little bit, and its mouth just kind of goes open up in these craggy kind of teeth. But you see, just in that moment where its mouth opens, like you see that glow even brighter from between its lips. It doesn't have lips. Its mouth. There's no lips. There's no tree lips. Yeah.
Oh my god, the seed.
Don't tell Lois.
Anything else from Morley?
I'm just gonna put my hand down onto my hilt, down onto the hilt of the sunblade, and see if I can feel anything from it, any emotional connection.
Yeah. Because whereabouts has the hilt been this whole time?
It's just tucked under my coat, into my belt.
Yeah, like are you opening it up and pulling the hilt out, or are you just sort of sliding your hand into the jacket? Yeah.
Just sliding my hand into it.
Yeah.
So sensual.
Yeah, this is all very important. This is very, very important information.
Sliding your hand into your coat.
There's a lot of confusion and fear coming from that.
I'm
It's
not
okay, boy.
surprised.
Yeah.
It's okay, boy.
Yeah.
Not gonna hurt you.
Okay. Well, that was a good use of an action. All right, I'm done.
All right, Loris, over to you.
I'm really kind of stuck between two places. I want to charge this thing and get myself covered in ooze, but I know I'm supposed to stay and throw shit at this
You
guy.
get to do that after your victory rub, okay? Not before.
Yeah, I want to do it now. I want everything now. Anyway, so you said that it opened its mouth and I saw teeth, right?
You saw teeth, and you saw past its teeth the green glow even brighter.
Yeah, I'm not right. I want a tooth.
Okay.
I want a tooth necklace.
Those are some massive
Anyway.
fucking teeth. This thing would just be like banging around on your chest like Flavor Flav's like clock.
So, in the time that like everyone else is, so in the moment of the 6 seconds that Loris is out, he's seen fireball, he's seen mouth, he's gone, he's seen ooze, he's like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get some of that shit, and then he's seen teeth. It's like, that is what I want. And he's like, in one hand he has Lightbringer, in his other hand he has a javelin. He's like, fuck it. So he's gonna I'm gonna throw my javelin first, because that's what I agreed that I'd do the first time. So how far away is this thing?
About 110 feet.
110 feet. So if I'm right, I throw it. I roll with disadvantage because I think the range on these things is like 60
That's
feet.
right, yeah. So you
or something
roll
along
with
those lines.
disadvantage.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw a javelin, aiming at the mouth, because my focus is now on the tooth. It's like, oh, tooth, right? That's what I want. So I'm going to throw at the mouth.
Okay, yeah.
Not specifically aiming
We
for a
got it.
tooth, but I'm going to throw at what appears to be the mouth. Okay. So here is my roll.
Oh my god.
I hope I don't.
Dave, Dave, you're gonna. Okay, give me a D100, please. This is Dave. Before you roll, this is an incredibly important roll. I do want to let you know it's an. You told me you had Lightbringer in one hand, you had the javelin in the other, and you wanted to throw the javelin.
I'm throwing left-handed. I'm throwing the javelin left-handed. If you make me throw Lightbringer, I'm going after it.
We're going to see how badly this roll is. If you roll, if you with your D100, you get 10 or lower, you're throwing Lightbringer. I'm just telling the crew now. If I throw Lightbringer, I'm going after it.
You do what you want.
Just saying.
Nice knowing you.
Pearly white necklace.
A bit like Flavor Flav.
Here's the D100 roll.
Oh,
It's a 6.
I thought that would never happen. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna piss me.
So
Dave throws himself. Lightbringer and the javelin stay behind.
Dave.
Pause. Loris is doing this, not Dave.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Laura from me.
Loris,
Oh no.
you like sight up.
Dave's Loris is totally doing
You're
it.
looking at this tree. You're sighting up its tooth, and you grab Lightbringer and you hold it like over your shoulder like a javelin. And I think like Bill and Morley, you see the motion he's taking, and he's clearly got the javelin in the other hand, and he just like as you scream out, he just launches Lightbringer towards this tree creature. But it hits.
How far?
It hits. The fail didn't miss the creature. The fail made you throw the wrong thing. So you hit. So you do 8 bludgeoning damage to this. It's one hell of a throw, and it just smashes into the mouth of this creature and just drops down onto the ground next to it. But you have done 8 damage.
Oh, it's not like lodged in its mouth like the rancor.
So basically, as Loris sees the mace going, he's like looking at his left hand and looking at his right hand. Like, as my bonus action, oh! I'm raging and I'm going after it. Yes. That Loris is now raging and leaping from the cart and just chasing after this mace. So. It was going to happen. It had to happen.
Now you threw that thing like 110 feet.
I can dash 80 feet.
No, you can.
I will be next.
Yeah, that's cool. So you can get to it.
Yeah, next turn I will dash 80 feet.
Cool.
So I'll use my movement to jump and run 40 feet after it. I will then do whatever I have to do to reach that mace. Cool.
Yeah, you just
Can you attack twice?
Sorry, what?
Can you attack twice this turn with your jet?
Well, I don't know how that ruling works.
Yeah, you get.
Can I throw?
You get 2 attacks.
I can.
Attacks and movement.
Yeah.
All right, so then I'll throw my javelin with my other hand just because I've thrown a mace.
Yeah, cool.
What the hell?
Go right ahead with disadvantage, unfortunately, but yes.
So how close is he to it now that he's run 40?
He's run 40 feet.
Yeah,
he's 70 feet away.
So is that still that's disadvantage as well, because it's over 60. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That is cool. And I'm rage. Oh, I don't have rage for my javelin. No, it doesn't matter. Just add 1 to it.
That's it.
It was Lightbringer.
Yeah, I just never thought I'd rage when throwing a javelin, to be honest.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with a roll of a total of 9, it just lands short of this creature.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's Sildar's turn, who is now has caught up. He basically clambered up. Bill's sort of given him the lowdown about being in hell. He's seen all of you guys attacking this massive creature off in the distance. He takes his crossbow off his back, sights it up, and attacks. And he hits this thing. One of his bolts just flies right through the air and just lands thunk into the side of this tree, doing 8 damage. Cool. We're back at the top of the order with American.
So I've just shot Brian in the butt by mistake. Brian, don't hold a grudge against me for 3 years, Brian.
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
I'm gonna be like turning around just to see Loris jumping off the wagon and be like, Loris, don't jump off the cart. Oh, spirits, he's jumped off the cart. Oh, what are we gonna do? Oh god. So I'm also seeing that it's not seeming to chase us, it's seeming to like turn towards the trees and head north like it's making a beeline for something instead of chasing us. And I'm like, oh, spirits, I don't know where it's going, but it's not after us. What are we going to do? We can't go into the trees. Do I have a sort of understanding of the... So we're going to have to go around the trees to head it off, wouldn't we?
Yeah, if you want to...
If it's heading north, we're going to have to go in a big arc around the trees.
And I will say, in a horse and cart, you're going to get there a lot faster than he will.
Okay, so if I understand that, I'm going to yell out, we're going to head around and try and head him off if he's heading north.
I would say that it took you guys about 45 minutes to get from the winery to where you are. And that was a little bit of a circuitous route. You know, you left north out of the winery, you circled around and came down this path. If you are traveling, like if you're going to cut through any sort of area that you can cut through and right across the vineyard, if you wanted to get to the winery, you'd probably be able to make it there in 10 to 15 minutes at full speed.
Okay, so are we all in agreement? We'll go around the trees in the cart and hit him off. Oh, wait, but what about Loris?
Great use of the word circuitous, by the way.
Thank you.
That was amazing. I'll go with Loris.
What?
He can't die.
What? You can't jump off. No!
Come on, Bill. You and me together. Yeah.
No.
We'll meet you on the other side.
Of what? When we're dead?
The other
Is that
side.
what you mean?
Well,
It'll be a momentous meeting.
I don't want that meeting. I want to live.
Are you going to cut through the forest?
yeah.
We'll come in screaming on the back of that beast.
This plan is
As
on
I
the top.
This happens every time we plan something.
You know, they do say that the best strategy is to split the party, don't they?
Totally.
Yeah,
Split
this
the
is
party
how I
every
play.
time.
We're already split.
Yeah, but we don't
I'm
have
just-
to necessarily split it more.
We
But you know,
can't-
you do what you
We
want.
can't let Loris die.
Yeah, I thought he would survive. I mean, he's a tough guy.
I'll survive.
If that's what you want to do, because we're going to have to boost and meet it on the tree line on the other side. Just do what you think is right, Bill.
I can't leave him. I can't.
Well, it is American's turn first.
Okay, well, I'd say that I've paused to sort of talk to everyone about that. But hearing that the consensus seems to be that we are going to head around, I'm going to take another shot at this guy because he's still in range of my bow, and then I'm going to crack the reins and start moving around. So I've rolled an 8 plus 6.
Total of 14.
Wait, am I meant to roll that at disadvantage?
No.
What's the range on this? Hang on, let me check the
Yes.
range on the short
Yes,
bow.
it's 80.
It's 80 to 320.
80 to
slash
320.
So it is
320.
a
So,
disadvantage.
oh, good. Why did I point that out? Too honest. Sorry, guys.
Someone in the chat would have.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled better that time, so I'll say I rolled 14.
Okay, so
then.
14 is unfortunately a miss. The arrow soars through between a couple of the branches and just soars off into the mist behind it.
Okay. I'm gonna crack the reins.
Okay. Are you going to delay your movement until everyone's had their turn, or are you just going to go right
Well,
now?
actually, I should. If Bill's decided he's jumping off, I'll wait for him to have his turn and jump off, and then as soon as he's
Sure.
off, we're off.
Yeah, if we're going to be faster than him anyway,
Yeah.
let's just get some shots in while we can, I guess.
All right, it is the creature's turn, and it moves towards the woods, and it takes its first step through the tree line, and just crushing through any trees and breaking trees as it makes its way. Its first step in. You can still see it. It'd be considered like half cover if you were to try to attack it right now. But in its next turn, it'll be even harder to hit because if you're looking at this from a distance, you would only see the top of it breaching the tree line. Unless you were obviously right next to it or near enough, but it's like following in its wake of destruction. It's Sildar's turn again, and he, as he sees it head towards the tree line, launches out with another attack. And even with that extra cover, it's a hit. Just another bolt from Sildar. And he's like, "You take that, you tree, bitch!" Doing 6 damage.
Oh, Sildar.
And he looks over at Bill. Sort of just with like a questioning look, having known that he mentioned he was going to go, "Are you sure, Bill? Are you sure?" And it's Bill's turn.
I do it for any of you, and I jump off.
Okay.
And I head towards where Loris is.
As he jumps off, can I just call out that Bill, message us if you can when you're in range.
Nice. He just thumbs up and runs towards Loris. Are you?
How far away is the creature from me?
Loris is 40 feet away, and the creature is 100 feet away.
100 feet away. Okay. In that case, I'm going to dash and just get up to just past Loris.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Any bonus actions?
No.
All right. Baron, over to you on the top of this wagon.
Okay, I'm going to point my finger at it and do Chill Touch, which is a ranged attack spell. 5 plus 7. 12.
That is a miss. That is a miss.
Well, I'm just going to sit up here with the dead bodies and just see what's, Bill's jumped off.
Sure.
Loris has jumped off.
Oh boy.
It's your happy place, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Morley, over to you.
Bill! I'm gonna yell that out as Bill kind of starts dashing away, and then I'm gonna pound the deck like I'm furious that the whole plan is falling apart.
Watch your knuckles, Molly.
Good one.
I'm going to voluntarily take 6 knuckle damage. I'm gonna call out. So I'm seeing it kind of disappear into the forest.
Yeah,
right?
you're seeing it. Like you still see a bit of it, but it's heading into that forest now.
All right. In a mad panic, I'm gonna fire off another firebolt at it, but I'm gonna say to Baron as I'm firing this off,
When we start a forest fire and burn it to the ground.
It's tempting. It's tempting.
Loris is in the forest now.
Yeah.
He will be shortly.
don't go in the flames.
Forest Loris.
Run fast enough.
It's a 16 to hit and then 10 fire damage.
Sorry, are you aiming at the blight or at the trees?
Oh, at the monster,
Okay.
for sure.
Cool. Yeah, that's a hit. And another bolt of yours just like launches straight into the side. And again, it lets out a really low rumble from its mouth as it opens. What's that doing? 10 damage.
It's like they got the voice from the guy at the movies, you know, in a world
Yeah.
that low.
And that's what he's saying. He's actually dictating an old early 2000s trailer. Weird.
Oh, yeah. It's Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
in tree form.
Anything else from Morley?
I'm going to go hit him off at the pass, American.
Nice.
Always wanted to say that.
That sounds like a cool thing. I'm loving that.
Loris, over to you. You're 60 feet away from this creature at this point.
Okay, so how far is Lightbringer away from me?
It's sort of landed in front of him when he was 20 feet further back. So about, and with all the angles, probably about 70 feet away, but in a slightly different direction from where the tree is.
So basically my plan is, well, no plan, but there is a plan. I need to get Lightbringer first, and then I want to use whatever movement I have left to get as close to the tree monster thing as I can.
So you can dash 80, is that right?
That's
so that
correct.
would get you to Lightbringer and within 20 feet of this enormous creature.
Cool. I want to do that. I want to basically dash, grab Lightbringer's, you know, and like dash, pick Lightbringer up and be ready to smash the fuck out of this thing when I get close to it. I want to make sure I want to be a little bit tactical. When I come in after getting Lightbringer, I want to make sure I'm behind the tree thing so he kind of doesn't see that I'm there. I mean, he's big, he's making a fuckload of noise. I probably am too, but I want to make sure I'm behind him so he doesn't kind of see me as such. I just want to pretend that I'm hiding.
The direction he heads, like when you hit him and the direction he was heading off to, you will end up being behind him anyway. So that's fine.
Perfect.
So Loris, you just sprint down the path, slide to a halt and scoop up Lightbringer with one hand and push off with your foot and sort of take a lunge towards the direction of this massive tree creature. And you are now about 20 feet away from this thing. And again, now you're seeing it up close. You're just seeing how dripping, how slimy with blood this thing is, how massively enormous it is, and how easily it pushed away some of those trees and just snapped them at their roots.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the reaction. Yeah, Loris is just loving this.
Cool.
Like being so close, it's just like you're loving every minute.
We end this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Loris is our tallest party member. Where does he come up to? Like, is he knee high? Like, where does he come up to on this thing?
So this thing is like 40. So he's about about 6 Lorises high. This thing.
That's pretty big.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
I'm trying to divide a body into 6.
Like
he wouldn't even reach the knee, would he?
It's a knee.
No. If it's a model, it's like 8 heads high, isn't it?
Yeah, does he have supermodel proportions?
He's not really shaped like a biped, so it's hard to really. Yeah.
Great ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
I think you mean junk in the trunk.
Yeah.
Cool. So this sort of brings us to the end of this round. So, American, if you've readied your movement, you can definitely start heading off on this horse and cart.
Yeah. With a very stressed look on my face.
Yeah, cool.
Almost tempting to just chase after them, isn't it? Fucking.
He just shakes his head.
I don't know. It's going to reach the winery and smash it.
We're not abandoning the horse and cart. Stay to the plan.
All right.
Okay. Well, with that, we're going to go take our 5-minute break.
Wow. Already?
Yeah.
Wow, that felt
Damn, that went quick.
It has been action-packed. It's been awesome.
Oh, no.
It feels like we've been playing for 5 minutes. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That went super fast.
It's been incredibly good.
I did like junk in the trunk. That was fantastic.
I had a vicious mockery lined up for that, but I can't use it now.
Oh man.
Oh,
I was like, it's too good of a time to use this.
I really liked that while you were searching for stuff, you're like, Bill's searching for stuff. I thought that was really good. So how are the plans going?
yeah, they got focused.
Yeah, that was exactly
That's totally what we
we
had
said
planned, right?
that our plan was.
Okay, good.
I love that 2 crit fails. Well, no, the first crit fail didn't screw anything up. It was my crit fail that fucked
It
everything.
lost someone a decent amount of hit points.
You didn't choose to do a thing. It wasn't the crit fail that decided to jump off the cart, was it?
I'm not letting Lightbringer fly. There's no way I'm throwing away one of my best
He's
weapons.
come back for
You
it.
can go back
And
and get
It
when
is still a decision.
Yeah.
That's the decision. Totally, I agree.
you're like, it's what my character would do.
It's totally what Loris would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is
I can't not say that.
I'm worried about Bill.
yeah.
Loris will look after Bill, don't worry.
I
Mate,
think
I'm
Bill's
coming to
looking
look
after
after
you.
you.
Loris will not let Bill get squashed. He will get squashed first. and
Loris
then
is
Bill will fit in.
like not even surprised he always survives, and
Yeah.
is just completely oblivious as to why he does.
True, yeah.
I think
Good point.
he just kind of lives in the understanding that someone will save him.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I'm just
It's like so entitled.
it is kind of entitled, but it's just kind of like I'm the tank. I'm gonna smash some shit, and someone will heal me.
Look,
at the
and
end
if
of
I
the
get
day.
everyone in trouble, someone will heal me. It's fine.
It's kind of how he sees it.
As long as I get covered in goo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drown myself in monster goo.
And a tree tooth.
All over my chest.
Like, come on. How many times have you seen a tree tooth, man? They must be rare as.
True, that is
Oh, yeah.
true.
What
Where
are
is-
the tree teeth made of? Are they
I mean, it's
wood?
I don't know.
Like George
I mean,
Washington?
it's wood.
That's how rare they are, right? They're you don't even know what they're made of. They're that rare.
I mean, you can guess. Trees are made of wood, so
When you get the tooth, you're going to be like, oh, look at this rare, precious material. Wood.
buckets of wood.
I'm back.
Whenever we get around, everyone be like, "Why are you wearing a plank on your like?"
Why have you got a wooden tooth on your around your neck?
what I
Tom?
thought was amazing is I never mentioned teeth, but I just yes-anded you when you said, did you tooth? I was like, yes.
I'm sure you mentioned tooth. No, you mentioned teeth.
I said,
You did say
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
think okay, I didn't think
No,
I
you mentioned teeth. Describing Adam.
You mentioned a
I
mouth.
mentioned a mouth and I mentioned past it. I don't remember saying
I'm
teeth, but
sure you mentioned
maybe I
teeth.
did. Maybe
If
I
only
did.
we had a recording. If only we.
I just thought it was because I don't remember saying teeth. So when Dave was just like tooth, I was like, okay, sweet, yeah, there's teeth.
I really can't claim that you said it because the number of times we've checked the tape and I've been wrong, I'm really not going to bank on this. But I heard tooth.
I'll bet
and
you on.
that's what I
That's
fixated.
totally fair. That's totally fair.
I will bet you on it.
We've had a couple of follows just in the last little bit as well. Fuzzwhacker, Profate, and Merling Oz, thank you so much for following us. Hope you've enjoyed. This has been really action packed. This has been great.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
what?
much better than our normal episodes. Jokes.
Yeah, jokes.
I'm just like, what are we doing? This is bad. What's going? Oh god.
Actually, for the viewers,
We should never even. Honestly, we should never even try to make plans. This is a disaster.
No, I think
Why did we
I
even
think our
go? Why
plan
did
was going well.
Why do we even say we're going to have a plan?
I do feel really bad about that the crit fail from Loris, but like it was too beautiful. It was the fact that he even mentioned he had like one in each hand, and I was like, I have to.
But then
I thought
like,
that was
the fact
inspired.
You were. I was like, that's really generous. You said if it's only under 10. I'm like, that's a 1 in 10 chance. It'll
It was like
it'll be
1 in
fine.
20 chance of
Yeah.
even rolling a fail anyway, and then a 1 in 10 chance.
God, that was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel bad.
that was rough.
I did want to ask the viewers just how's the lag this time? Is everything lining up better than it did a couple of weeks ago? Because obviously we've made some changes to the tech we're using, and I think visually everything looks much nicer. I think everything sounds a lot nicer, but it comes down to what the viewers are hearing and seeing. If they're happy with the quality, seems really good, no problems. Cool. Yeah, I really want to know what's going to happen now from. In regards to plans.
Yeah. Same. All right. Bye.
Yeah, we're
No,
just going to
kidding.
disappear.
I'll hang out.
Random says Loris freezes now and then. It must just be his connection, I think.
Yeah, I think that is his connection.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the Hangouts or Google Meet over our old one.
Yeah, it's
have
great.
you cancelled the payment plan?
Oh shit! I better do that.
Stop giving them money.
Well, actually, I did kind of want to give us a couple of weeks before we're.
Okay. I think this is going to.
But I think we're there now, right?
Yeah. I'd be pretty surprised if we decide against this, just because of how well it seems to go. Yeah, and I really like the captions. I don't know. I don't know if anyone is using them. I don't know if they're helpful at all. Hey, look at that bunny! He's freaking out.
Yeah, she's going a bit. She's doing some zoomies. So she stopped now. She'll do a few more.
Nice little jump there.
She injured herself, honestly, the sound I just heard.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. She just kind of jumped up on the litter tray and I just heard it.
Come on, one more.
Oh.
I need to see this again. There
she goes. They just do this every so often. They just get filled with the devil's energy and start running around.
Yeah.
There we go. It's just a little black blob.
It's very cute.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, it's very cute. Random Origin says, say deck. Deck. I don't know. There you go. There you go.
It keeps saying dick in the...
Oh, right, does it?
Hey, so
deck.
On the cancel page for Whereby, what reason should I give for leaving? Reason 1, I only temporarily needed the business plan. Switching to Whereby Pro, not what's happening.
Wait, there was a pro
pricing,
version?
don't see value, missing features or integrations, switching to another product, audio video quality isn't satisfactory.
It's definitely the latter for me. If their audio and visual quality was any better, then I would probably stick with them. But it's just so inconsistent. And we're doing this live, Whereby we can clip this and clip this and send it to you if you like.
Oh, the quality break banter.
I'm saying audio video quality, and the other solution we're using now is Google Meet. How likely are you to return? No chance, Lance.
Oh man, Joe, someone's just asked, what are the odds of you getting up and twerking for the viewers? So, is that a high chance? Roll a D100 on that, Dr. Unicorn.
Fortunately, I have not got a proficiency in twerking. So I would not be able to succeed at that role.
We'll use Dr. Unicorn's
Dr.
Unicorn's age as the DC, which is probably 13 or 14. So, God damn.
What are the chances of catching a ban?
Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty high chance, to be honest.
Roll with advantage.
Roll a D4.
Yeah.
I think you might be able to get Baron Byram twerking. He sometimes puts on a little light show, after all.
Yeah.
Where's my poodle? My poodle.
There we go. Get the poodle on here.
Yeah. And I got this. He's gone downstairs, but I got that little.
That's amazing.
Little wizard hat for him.
How did you come across a dog-sized wizard hat?
Well, we got this hat before we got the dog.
Of course you did.
So what you're saying is you got the dog for the hat?
It's a replica of Gandalf's hat.
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, we got the dog for the
That you just have a miniature thing of it and you go, look,
I got
it's Gandalf hat.
Yeah, I got it for my birthday. I don't know why. But I know that it's not, it's like way more expensive than it looks. I was like, what? I like it.
Everyone's just gone quiet to see what Wally's eating, and it has to be a Kit Kat. Nice work.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a question about the last campaign and about Loris. Was Loris always so like thirsty is the wrong word. I don't mean literally thirsty, but like really hungry to get like covered in like the remnants of battle, or is this a new thing?
Do you see Loris's armor?
Yeah.
It's pretty much from the first year. He's always been like
Like
this.
Loris has always been the blood and ooze of his enemies has been essentially rubbed over his armor.
I'm trying to think of when it
And he's also
started.
I think he's ruined every single plan we've ever made as well. I'm not even exaggerating. I think that is true.
It's probably fair. Like I honestly don't like. I don't do it intentionally. It's not an. It's just shit happens.
I mean,
You do control it.
Ooze happens.
well,
But what are the odds it's always the same person if it's just...
yeah. You'd think it would like even itself out.
I feel like you
yeah,
can actually control what your character does in this game.
do's, yeah. No, I can, but like, just, I mean, you throw one of your favorite weapons away by mistake. Are you just gonna go? I'll get it later.
You say,
Or are you going
have
after it?
yeah.
7 other weapons.
No,
people.
Yes, you do say that when it's at the risk of everyone's lives.
no.
But,
I'm just throwing my favorite weapon away. I'm going after it. Come hell or high water.
But see,
Yeah,
this
but
is
you win.
weapon
this
that-
is the thing that we're
Is it
discussing.
the weapon that during the week I said, what does it do? And you're like, oh, it's just amazing.
Yeah, favorite weapon.
You could have run back to the cart, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm already halfway there.
Thank you. So I know.
Halfway I'm already halfway. I'm already halfway to the bad guy.
It's like you just don't pretend like this wasn't your fantasy the whole time. You were waiting for any excuse to run off the cart. You know this. We all know this.
Absolutely, deep down, I want to be right in front of the thing,
Not that
smashing
deep
the
down.
crap out of it.
It's pretty
That's not
surface
that
level.
deep. No, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Don't,
2 centimeters below the surface.
don't ignore the. I did buy into the plan. I was like, had I not thrown Lightbringer away, I was totally sitting on the cart throwing axes and javelins 3 times because that's the stock I had. After that, fuck knows what happened. The fact is, I threw my favorite weapon away, or one of my favorite weapons away. So that changes everything.
Hey, his javelin was one of his favorite weapons as well.
And he throws
It
it
would have been
all the
like,
I
time.
hate those.
He hates them.
I really don't like them.
Do you?
I hate. Like I think I experienced that all week when we were talking about ranged attack. I'm like, oh god, that sucks. It's so boring. I hate ranged
Why? It
attacks.
still damages things.
That was the rationale I was provided.
Anyway, we'll get.
But I think the ooze has gotten significantly more to the fore.
What do
Right.
you mean?
It's like
It's a bit- yeah.
barbecue.
It
All
started
the
out
Chinese
as-
soups.
It started out as just a. I think I did it. I think I did it with the Nothic.
Yeah, I think that was the
Oh, no,
first
it was in
one.
the
Was the
vi-
Nothic.
That was when
No.
I first did it with the Nothic, or was there something else with the Goblin?
It was in one of the very first episodes where we went into the goblin's cave, and you were like, he's just stomping around on their dead
yeah,
bodies, getting
that's
blood all
right.
over him.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
Literally stomping
That is
around.
Something like
on
it was
bodies.
something like that.
And it's just kind of amplified from there.
Yeah. Now he's just like all over himself.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
look, there's some ooze. I can rub that on.
I'm sorry. You're just
like
kind
that-
of delving into the deepest, darkest sort of shit that I think about when I'm doing nothing at home.
Wait. So this is something
Would,
you think
would
about
anyone
now.
know what I mean?
This is.
Would anyone know what I
now.
mean? If I reference Flashdance, would anyone know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes,
Which he pulls
yeah.
the like lever and
bucket.
all the water just sprays all over, and
Oh yes,
that's Laura's.
Yeah.
that's what I want to do with an enemy. I want to pulverize him into a
You want
bucket.
to pull an enemy
Until it just
on
gushes over him.
Just
I want
They're one of the
Before
most
I were in a meeting at
famously
work
sexy
once.
dancers in all the film. Running on spot and then like gush it down onto you for a finale.
I'm so gonna find a gif of that and put it in the Discord.
Yes.
Can someone do some fan art of Laura's
I
like
think that'd be very
Flashdance,
easy
please?
to do. That would be fantastic.
So sensual, my
Anyway,
god.
And his deepest, darkest thoughts when he's
Oh
all
my
alone.
God.
I don't know what
I don't know what that
was.
means.
I gotta-
Bit of a Franken.
Wow, really doubling down on that, huh?
Do you say goblin down?
That's right.
Jesus. All right.
It was well, the only reason I asked is because I think every turn you were just like, oh yeah, that is. I just want every turn.
Okay, well, let's get back into it. If you enjoy what we've done in the first half, we've got a whole bunch of other episodes on YouTube or on Twitch or in podcast form that you can check out. I'm sure Random will chuck up some links in the chat. Or come and join us in our Discord and talk to us about this session and previous sessions and what you're playing and heaps of off-topic stuff like Mega Food. We don't have any big food this week, unfortunately. Thunderflux came in saying, is this the Kit Kat stream? And unfortunately that was last week. Oh, okay, so and now it is the stream as well. Everyone throw your Kit Kats up.
And also, I got to say, I don't recommend eating 16 Kit Kats.
You had someone to help you.
I don't even recommend eating 8.
I had
Don't let our sponsor hear you
I
say
had
that.
wicked I had wicked heart.
I do recommend eating 16 Mars bars.
Oh, now there's a challenge.
Where are we dropping you guys back? Oh yeah, on the map.
How many Turkish delights can you do,
Turkish
Shannon?
delights.
Oh, they're so
that the-
sweet. though.
I'm eating
I
one
could
right now.
murder a Turkish delight.
Oh,
All right. We're at the top of the order. This is interesting. Because
I hate when you say that. I really do.
there's a couple of things that are going to happen depending on what happens from here. If one part of the group decides to take off and head off this creature before it gets to the winery, I mean that's 10 minutes. Maybe 7 to 8 minutes. And we're not going to go through how many turns is that?
100 turns.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we need to.
I whip the reins
we need to
again.
figure yeah. So what I want out of this is a bit of a conversation between the players about like what is going to happen now. What's the ideal situation here, other than it catches on fire and dies?
There is no ideal. The ideal situation went like
It's
20
gone.
minutes ago. That's gone. It's so far gone.
I think
We're
you're
now-
happy because I think you're happy to be able to fight him basically by yourself. This is what you wanted all along, right?
We can see how that.
I think this is ideal for
We can
Loris.
see how that
I
turns
definitely
out.
wanted to be facing off with him. Absolutely. I did not want to be doing it by myself.
Well, you got Bill.
But
Drag someone down with you.
Say some
I don't-
poems.
well,
I don't.
I've got
I'll
I've
just
got
be
Bill
really
to,
mean to him.
I've got Bill there to be mean and heal me, so I'm good.
I don't think we should fight him. That's what I think.
So, is this conversation happening in American Baron and Morley on the cart, and they cannot hear or communicate with Bill and
This-
Loris?
No, this is a player conversation.
It's a player
It's on.
conversation.
Oh.
What are we doing? Because you guys are about to go one way, and it's like 10 minutes away, right?
Yeah.
Which leaves
Well,
myself.
they're about to follow the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll meet you on the other side. Whether or not you two decide amongst yourselves to attack it or not is up to you, I think.
Oh,
Playing bushfires out the window then.
Yeah.
I don't think we should fight it.
So you'll track it like a couple of Kalahari bushmen. Well, I mean, it won't be hard because it's fucking.
big,
Where the fuck is it gone?
It's a 40-foot
it's gone
tree.
this way.
Where'd it go? I didn't see it. Oh, look. It's...
Look, a broken twig.
picking up things and sniffing it. It's got to be here somewhere.
Look,
Hey,
there's a footprint
I
there.
do. I do have an idea of how we can rendezvous with the team earlier.
I have a thought also. If we're going to be driving a cart for 10 minutes, that's enough. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. Never mind. I thought I was getting confused. Never mind.
Like I do want to say as well, you guys know the sort of distance between yourselves and the winery. You got a bit of a feel for it. You know how long it might take you on horseback. And this thing is being slowed down a little from the trees. It's going to take a lot longer to get to this winery if that's where you are heading than it's going to take you. So do whatever you want with that information.
We have time to set up an ambush, essentially,
Mold
of some
earth.
kind. Oh my god, I could mold
growth.
so much earth!
Mold
Make a
a
tiny
hole.
barrier. Make a tiny barrier that it pushes through with its foot
No, like a hole.
instantly. Oh,
Fall
like
into
a,
it.
a
Make
trap.
a hole, make a big
Yeah.
hole, and then cover it with leaves.
Fill it with water.
You know, I don't think I would be able to mold
Nutrients.
that much earth for something to fit that was like 3 stories
Four
high
stories
into
high.
significantly. Sorry, 4
It just
stories
needs to
high.
trip over. Wham.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay.
Why don't we? If we're going to get there well in advance of it, okay. So let's say Bill and Loris are going to track this thing through the forest and meet us on the other side, right? But sounds like they're not going to attack it. If we get there well in advance of it, we could potentially make a long kind of viney thing, and then pull it up at either side when the tree thing comes through.
Hell yeah.
You want to
tripwire.
go? You want to go full Rufio?
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Yes.
about
Rufio
Hook.
from Hook.
I'm talking about her. You want to set up a bunch of elaborate tree traps?
Just one elaborate tree trap.
Or Ewoks. Let's go.
Oh,
Ewoks.
okay.
Come on.
Or
Yeah,
indoor.
that's what I'm more got on my mind.
Okay.
We pull it up and go, "Wee!" And
Yes,
the
and
tree
it
thing
falls at the same time as it
Do we have
steps
to
into
go?
a... Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You do now.
it's integral to the plan.
It's Waluigi. or
It's the
whatever.
command word.
Okay.
Loris, you're
So
quiet.
what we can say is that American, the Baron, Morley, and Sildar have headed north on this cart, discussing big plans of massive holds and filling them with trees, I guess.
Ugh.
But Loris and Bill, who are sort of behind this massive creature at the moment as it makes its way into the forest, what are your plans?
Well, see,
Are you
Hold on.
leaving it be?
we will die if you fight it.
yeah. Loris isn't like, so I'm raging right now, right? So I'm happy for Reagan or anyone else to kind of point me in the right direction. I always struggle with this as to whether I'm like my thought processes when I'm raging, and I haven't quite decided whether I go into a blind rage and I'm like completely nah, fuck it, I'm going one track mind. I launched off to attack this thing and grab lightning, or I'm aware enough of the situation to go, you know what, I can switch out of rage anytime I want. It can be a conscious decision if I choose, or if I don't take damage during a particular round, it fades.
Oh, but you didn't take damage last round, so it was
he
Yeah,
attacked.
and you
faded.
didn't attack either.
But I delivered damage, so that was the thing.
No,
So
you
it's if
didn't.
No,
picked up
because
your
you just
thing.
The last
okay.
year.
So in that case,
and you
right.
didn't hit him with a javelin.
So your
either.
rage has because you
That's-
dashed.
See, now that makes the choice so much easier. I've got to find my snap camera. Fuck. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. In that case, I'm just gonna wait for Bill to tell me what the fuck to do. Literally, if you're standing there 20 foot behind this tree looking at Bill, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah, you see the cart with the horses and four of your pals head off to the north, and Bill sort of running up to your side, and your rage subsides. You look forward and you see this creature smashing its way through trees, and that forest that it's smashing its way through is so tightly packed with trees, and it's so dark within there. There's very little light except for the path that this massive creature is breaking in front of it. And Bill, you run up alongside Loris, who looks towards you, and the glow fades from his eyes.
How thick is the forest?
How thick is it?
Yeah. Like, is it considered difficult terrain? Is what I'm asking.
Basically, if you weren't following in its direct path, that it's sort of clearing out, it would be almost impenetrable.
Okay.
So you'd need to be following sort of in the line of its destruction. You can stay on the sides of it to try and remain sort of stealthy, but you can't really get into the woods here. In fact, you've noticed that with every bit of forestry in Barovia. These things are strangely packed.
Strangely thick.
Who's laughing? Are they thinking it's the tree monster that's strangely thick?
She's got a big juicy ass on it.
Yeah, choice.
Yeah.
Some of that junk in the truck. Okay.
As it walks away from you guys, are you like noticing it's like, booty?
Oh yeah.
From side to side.
As it walks.
Laura, do you have anything to help us move through this a bit quicker, or not really?
I'm big.
I don't know what that means.
I can bash through trees if you want, but like, not really.
So player John asks, do you have like the ability to move through without
Not that I'm aware of. Hold on.
no, as a barbarian or survivalist or anything?
I
No.
think the only one that's got anything
Okay.
like that is American, with one of her recent level ups, being able to sort of like pass through overgrowth and stuff with ease and trees.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I did, but no.
In that case, I think we should keep a low profile and track this thing until we meet up at the other side. It seems to be heading towards the winery.
It certainly hasn't noticed us, so we could just follow in its path, right?
Dave, this is something I'm asking Dave. This is going to be 30 minutes of Loris following this, and Bill following this tree. Are there any attacks that are from Loris to this tree creature in the next 30 minutes?
If I'm told not to, then no.
Okay. I'll get stealth rolls from both Loris and Bill.
Okay, stealth roll. See, for a big guy, I should be quite... Oh, I've rolled this with disadvantage, but it's a 21, so, you know.
That's not bad.
It should be 23.
It should be 23, yeah, okay. Sorry. That's even better.
I rolled an 18, which was a 13 plus 5.
Very good rolls. I think with the amount of carnage that this thing is making, it doesn't notice you guys. And if maybe if it does, it doesn't seem to care. You're not in its way. So it doesn't seem to bother even sort of checking behind it. And it just busts through. It's going probably a little slower than it would if it was out in the open. And you guys keep your distance and follow behind. Let's go to the other crew. You guys, after 10 minutes... Sorry, let's just look at the map for a minute. There's a little sort of little entryway or break in the trees that sort of, as you get to that point in the path, you look out and you can see the rows from the vineyard sort of out in front of you. You can see the path continue on, which is the path you took to get here. Are you looking to cut through these trees here or continue up the path towards the main building?
If it looks safe, like we can easily cut through, we'll do that, right?
It might be a bit rocky. I might need to get an animal handling roll from you.
Okay, I'm feeling it. How many crit fails could we have in one session? But
3.
But you actually can't crit fail on an ability check.
I can do what I want as the DM.
So we've done
crit fails.
That's true. I'm going to roll animal handling to try and cut through. We need as much time as we can. I've rolled an 8 plus 6 for 14.
And that's more than enough for you to be able to. It is bumpy because it's not on that trodden path. And you sort of managed to push past small shrubs and overgrowth, but you managed to get through there just fine. Although, like I said, a bit bumpy for the passengers in the car.
Bit bumpy.
These are our worries right now, Baron.
Backseat drivers.
My goblet. I'm trying to drink a bit of wine in my goblet. Bit bumpy, American.
I thought you did really well.
And wedged between the dead bodies as they're jostling around beside him. Oh, what are we gonna do? My heart's pounding and I'm just like yelling like ideas like, well, what can we do to head it off? We've got to take this advantage if we can get it. What can we do?
You're making good time.
Yeah, you're making very good time. Sildar's looking out the side of the cart and points out, so what is this? Some sort of vineyard or something? What are we doing here?
We're here for the tour.
Who are you?
And Sildar says,
he's a friend.
Who are you? You're not Sig.
He's a friend. We're friends.
A friend in Barovia, where I never thought I'd see the day.
We'll get to know each other if we survive.
He puts his hand out to shake yours, Morley, and says, the name's Sildar. It's, if you're a friend of these fine folk, then you're a friend of mine.
Captain Morley van Morgan shakes his hand.
Do you have any cigarettes, Sildar?
It's been a few years since you last dropped some off with him. He doesn't have. Yeah, I don't think
he doesn't have any.
He's developed a pack a day habit.
He pats himself down. He's like, I've got one somewhere here. And
hard to get in Barovia.
Just pulls his hand, puts his hand out the window and up over to the top of the roof, and you see his hand with a cigarette, like.
Thank you.
You're all too calm, by the way.
Jesus Christ, American. We need to find a way to stop this beast.
Yes.
Is there any... It must be powered by magic.
It must be.
So, we need to... And the green glowing coming from its innards. We need to blow that thing apart at the waist. The guts.
I agree.
Whereabouts?
Can we lash it together?
Whereabouts are you heading? Are you guys heading through this clearing, through the rows of the vineyard to the winery itself, or are you heading to sort of close to this tree line to cut it off?
I think we need to like hold at the tree line, don't we? But like the hard part is going to be figuring out where the hell it's going to emerge from. Like that's a pretty expansive bit of forest, and it could come out theoretically anywhere there, right?
And
I think it's going to cut a beeline, right, for the winery. It looked like it was going
to be. But we will also get great advance warning because it is taller than the trees.
Yes.
Can we can't see it yet,
At this
can
point,
we?
because of how tall the trees are, they're maybe 30 foot high, and you only being the height that you are, you're not really getting a good look across the tops of the tree line.
Can we hear the sound of
Yes.
trees being
Yes,
wrenched
you can.
apart?
You can hear the thunderous steps of this thing making its way through, and the snapping and breaking of these tree trunks.
Does that give us an idea where it will come from?
It sounds like it's coming from like depending where you are standing. It's if you're it's maybe it's kind of hard to tell without knowing where you guys are.
How about what do you guys reckon? I'll ping. Yeah, who did that blue one? That looks about.
So if you're standing sort of in what you might think of, sort of getting your bearings as being between you and Yester Hill, then yes, it's coming from like directly in front of you.
All right.
Okay. Do we do our Ewok thing?
Yeah, I think give it a go. I think that the hole will work possibly better than the vine just because it's so strong that it's actually kicking trees over. I don't know, but it's worth doing
some
both.
fucking hole, Baron.
How
You can do 5 feet cube every 6 seconds.
let's have a quick. I do want to.
Yeah, let's do some math.
So is it?
How
Surely a
much,
massive
move?
how much of a big trench can I
Is it
make
move
in the minutes that
or
we've got?
mold earth? What is it?
10
It's
feet
called-
deep.
It's called mold earth.
How much energy does that take to do though? Like I know
It's
there's
a
no
cantrip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but surely there's some mental
equals
energy
MC
required to
squared.
do that. If you're doing that for a sustained period of time, that's gonna.
No, it's fine.
Just like zoop, 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 like that. That's what I'm doing.
Aside.
Actually, no. Every 6 seconds, I go.
Have you got that? Oh, here we go. I'm just going to take a look. If you target an area of loose
Oh,
earth,
I can put it in the chat. I put it in the chat.
if you
there
cast the
for
spell
everyone else.
multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time.
Oh, but that's just putting shapes and stuff in it and spelling out words.
Yeah.
This is moving earth though.
But I can just keep moving it.
Yeah.
So how many minutes do we reckon this thing is how far away is it?
You do some quick maths. It's taken you about 8 to 10 minutes to get to where you are and position yourselves in the right spot. And you're thinking at the speed it was going, maybe it's been slowed down a little bit. It could be another 20 minutes before it arrives.
Oh, damn. We can make a big ass hole, guys.
Build a wall.
We
Make
can.
the trees pay for it.
Honestly.
Hang on. If we dig a big hole, isn't it just going to go around?
No, we need
At
to
least
like.
it'll slow it down.
We want it to like as it steps out, it won't see where it's going. Like it just be beyond the tree line. It won't be able to see until it kicks right through it, and hopefully puts his foot in a 10-foot, 20-foot deep hole. Trench and just
instantaneously, because it's 50 foot tall, when it instantaneously just leave it. Like, yes, it'll buy us a little bit of time, sure, but it sounds pretty big, and we're gonna have to like think this thing will climb its way out of a hole pretty quick.
Oh yeah, well I'm just hoping that if it puts 1 foot in, you're talking about a vine before. It's the same sort of thing. Like if it puts its foot in a 20-foot deep hole or something, and one leg goes in. I mean, that's
You
what
hope
that'll
to
be.
trip it, make it
How
fall on
wide
its
is this? We
face.
need to look.
Yeah.
We need to look at
It's
how many
cumbersome.
feet by how many feet by how many feet. Like, what size is this?
This is
thing?
too
20
many for
feet deep.
construction Does anyone have proficiency in construction and codes of compliance?
So we need to go
It's not up to
I want it to
code.
be very non-compliant.
height, width by depth, and then so times those together, and then divide by 5, and that's how many cantrips you'd have to use, and then we times that by 6, and that's how many seconds it takes
I hate this.
to do it.
Okay.
I
So
didn't
let's say
sign
20
up for
feet
this.
deep
20
or 15 feet deep.
No,
10 feet.
no, it's way too shallow. It needs to be like 40 foot deep minimum.
We don't need to bury it up to its head. We need to make it fall over.
You just need to break. You just need so its foot goes in and it's like knee deep. So when you step into something that's knee deep, you're going to fall flat on your face and probably
Not
break
if the
your
hole's
kneecap.
not deep enough for you to fall on your face. I don't know.
I don't know
so
if you
go,
put your foot in
if
a
you step
deep
into a
hole.
hole that's up to your knee and you drop, so you're going from flat end, then you step into I don't know.
I do want to remind you.
My human bones and tendons would feel it. This is.
I do want to remind you, it doesn't have the shape and proportions of a biped.
True, but it has
doesn't?
legs, right?
It doesn't have
It's kind of like legs. Is like it's hard to explain.
It's a shambling mound.
It can separate and
shambling.
it is taking steps, but I wouldn't call them legs as like you have them.
It's not
Or
like a
the
big
horses
ent
have them
then.
or anything like that.
Okay. Oh, so it might not be very dexterous at climbing out of a big hole.
No,
Does it have arms?
it's got branches
Did we see it?
that are.
Yeah, those branches will be good.
Okay, well let's just do a big hole while we can, and
But I
then we
don't
step
think
far
we're
away.
Yeah. All right.
If it doesn't
America,
work-
you do the biggest hole you can, and Baron and I will lash together as many vines as we can to make a big fucking long, really strong rope that we can like.
Tripwire.
Yeah, like a tripwire, and we'll try and get it around as much as that kind of tree line as possible, right? So it's hidden, but when it comes across it, it'll start
What are you
to
making a tripwire out of?
vines and shit.
I don't know about this.
Okay,
not gonna
look,
work.
I'm going to allow this. I'm 100% going to allow all of this. I want to get a nature roll from a survival roll, I guess, because it's all about your survival
God.
skills. I want to get your survival
God.
roll from both
There are a bunch of grapevines just sitting there.
from Morley, Baron, and Sildar. They're going to be going off trying to create like
Nice,
a big thing. I don't know.
Molly's got this. He's a survivor.
Kind of.
I got a 15.
Sildar only helped with a roll of a 5, so 30. Okay.
Wow. I'm surprised that Sildar rolled so low. He's a
You do
real
know it's just a
survivor.
dice. It's just a random number between
know.
1 and 20.
I would have thought
Sometimes
he
you
would have
can
done
get
so much
20
better.
and do very well.
No.
Um,
Well, that's disappointing.
so 31's a total of, okay. Yeah, all right, okay.
Yes, I mean.
And
That was thirsty.
Joe, in
He's gone from passive aggressive to sassy, man. Like,
yeah,
in 20
yeah, the
minutes,
sass levels are rising.
in 20 minutes, you could create like two. Is it? Am I right? Like
A lot.
200, 2,000 cantrips. I'm trying to think of how many it would be.
I didn't do the math.
20 minutes.
It's one
so
every
she could
6
do- she could do
seconds, so
10 a
that's
minute.
10 every.
Right, 20 minutes.
10 a
Times
minute.
20.
That's 200.
Yeah, there you go. So you got 200 cantrips of being able to move 5 square feet.
5 foot cube.
And so I think you're just going just mental, just moving all of this dirt.
It's like Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly like that, actually. I'm in creative
Yeah,
mode.
so you're just going mental. I'm trying to dig this hole. I'm trying to figure out.
I'm just elegantly going mental
You
digging.
need to go fast to create a hole the size that you're wanting to be creating.
Elegantly go fast
Elegantly.
and create the
Yeah,
hole.
like the cantrip. You're doing it at such a speed, like your hair is like being pushed back with the wind or force created from this cantrip moving
Ooh,
all
that's
this
cool.
dirt, and you're piling it up.
And I'm doing like
Where are you placing this? Just behind you? Where are you getting? Because you're digging at a massive hole.
Oh,
I'm putting it out towards the
Just like,
sides
yeah,
so that it doesn't
out to
turn
the
into a
sides.
big wall.
Great. How big do you think that hole is going to be by the time you finish? I'm just going to get your gauge on it.
What did we decide on, everyone?
Fucking
We
massive.
decided on
big. Yeah.
big. We decided on
So are we
big.
talking like 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot? Like just one massive.
Nah, deeper. Do like if you've got all
100.
this time, fucking 50
Deep as
feet
possible.
wide, 100. Mate,
You make
or
it
60
really.
foot
I'm going to
wide.
make it really wide so that wherever he emerges from, he'll hopefully stumble into it.
Yeah,
It's like
20
the
feet, at
chasm.
least
Make it-
20 feet deep.
It's like the
Okay.
chasm that the Balrog and Gandalf fell into.
Yeah,
It goes to the center of the earth.
Cool.
We've got 1,000 cubic feet to play with at those rates. So now we have to decide on how we want to apportion that.
I've allowed this to be way too big.
Yeah,
and just
this
make
is-
it like maybe 15 feet deep, so he can't just step right over it. Hopefully.
Okay.
15 feet
Why
deep.
would you
That's
aim
not
so
deep enough.
low?
No, I mean like or not deep,
Wide.
but
Well,
like wide. Yeah, but not
Oh,
length.
right.
15
Okay,
foot
got
broad.
it.
Width.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, okay,
So
done.
between you and the forest, there is a 15-foot hole in the ground. So like there's 15 feet
Yeah.
wide. How long is this? Are you making it so
60.
60 feet wide? And how deep is this thing?
We say like 30 or 40 feet.
40.
Yeah. So just as
What is
I thought it was ridiculous
No, you
at
got-
first, but
You've got 1,000. You've got 1,000 cubic.
It's gonna drop into it.
yes, make him
Yeah.
die of fall
You
damage.
could. I think you could do like 15 by 100 by 100.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
I'll
1,000
make a
cubic.
freaking chasm if I have
This is
to.
going to be like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I never knew that mold earth was this powerful.
It
This is the
shouldn't be.
greatest
I don't think
spell
it's
of
all. One-
I think I'm giving you guys.
I am one with the
some
land.
very nice, like. I'm allowing you to get away with a lot, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to let you get away with
15 by
Hello?
100 by 100 is 150,000 cubic. So how many
I
cubic
don't-
feet are you playing with?
1,000.
I don't think we're
Sorry,
misinterpreting the
bad
spell,
math.
to be
1,000.
honest.
So it's like 10 by 10 by 10 is 1,000 cubic.
I'm not here for the math.
Yeah, exactly. So it's 1,000 cubic.
Big fucking hole.
So you're talking
Big,
if you're
we
talking
made it.
1,000 cubic feet, it's 10 feet wide by 10 feet that way and 10 feet deep.
No, we're not doing 1,000. It's not. The spell isn't measured in cubic feet.
It's
It's measured in a
And
5 foot square.
Yeah.
that's cubic feet.
It-
Which is
which
a
would
5
be
foot, that's a 5 foot
25 times
5 cubic feet.
No,
It literally is measured in cubic feet.
no, because
but
if
it
it's
gets
5
5.
feet wide, it's not 5 cubic feet. It's 5 times 5 times 5.
It's
Yeah,
a cube. That's a cube.
That's all we
That's
do.
what a cube is.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
That's what a cube
yeah.
is. So
Okay.
5 by 5 by 5 is 125.
No. 5 by 5 by 5 is a 5 foot
Oh my.
cube.
Okay.
Anyway, all right.
Sorry.
We're getting
Yeah,
to
my math. Anyway, carry on.
what I'm going to allow. I'm just going to like say what I'm going to allow. So
Just tell us how
if you
big it
wanted
is.
if you wanted to be 15 feet across and 50 feet wide, I would allow that to be maybe 20 foot deep.
We want it deeper than what?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
we want-
We want
I
it deeper.
understand.
I'm gonna. Don't make me recrunch these
You
numbers.
don't need it 50 feet towards us.
So how big is this trench that we're making, Reagan?
Fuck me. It's gonna be.
Oh, this.
Ah,
You know what?
big
You know
and
what?
deep.
You're allowed to
God.
use 2.
I regret-
You're allowed to use 2. We're just gonna use no. If you cast it multiple, I'm still reading over this last line because the last line says if you cast the spell multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous.
Non-instantaneous. Digging
And
a
the
hole is
moving-
instantaneous.
Is it? I
Yeah.
thought it was like you literally
It says it.
lifting
Yep.
in.
No, listen. Listen, it says if you target an area of loose earth, you can instantaneously
okay.
excavate it. So that exception does
Okay.
not apply to the excavation.
Yeah.
You could have a full job. At just
I'm a
being
digging
involved in
machine.
digging, you know?
Y'all just call me American the Mole. I got this.
American the Mole.
American the Mole. Are you sure
think-
you want us to call you that? I'm quite happy to.
I'll turn into a mole.
The excavator.
So if you take out, I'm really just going to delve into this a little bit more. If you can excavate a 5 foot cube, and that is 5 foot 5 by 5 foot by 5 foot. That you can do one of those every 6 seconds, basically.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
fuck ton. That's a fuck
Just
ton of
just
it.
a
tell
lot
us.
of
Just tell
earth.
us. I think you understand the
I
intention.
do understand the intention,
Just
but I
tell-
don't want to be like,
Just tell.
you've created a 100-foot hole, and now he's in there, and you're just going to
Why
do.
not?
Well,
We had a good strategy.
That's what
and
we
got
want.
No,
to
no,
it
40
in
feet. We want
yeah.
40 feet deep, max.
I think we
Yeah,
should.
40
This is within the intent
here we
of
go.
the spell. I don't think it's an abuse of the spell. I think we're being
that is
creative
true.
and
That
doing a
is
good
true. That is true.
strategy.
But if you,
We should have taken a core sample first just to see what the layer is.
But American, you describe how you want. You're doing it, but I
You're gonna
reckon.
strike oil.
At first, I thought, oh, it shouldn't be that deep, but yeah, I guess it should be deep.
it depends on what you're trying to do with it.
And
Honestly,
then you'll
I-
fucking fall into it and get stuck for a bit, and we'll hit it on
It
the
depends
head.
what you're trying to do with him. Are you trying to trip him up? Are you trying to like make him fall into this thing? What are you trying to do?
Look, if I can make it so it's as wide as the tree line and deep enough for him to actually fall into, I'm going to do that because that's better than him just falling on his face for a minute.
The tree line's huge.
True.
Like the tree line is like
Well, if he's making a bit, did we say? I'm so
60
sick
feet
of
wide.
all the math. I haven't done the math. I don't know numbers.
So if you want to do,
If he walks around it, so what? Let's just not waste the time if he's just going to walk around it, Reagan.
I'm not. It's going to be dice rolls. It's all
This is
dice rolls.
This is getting
That
excruciating.
will determine this. That's why we need to make. I need to figure out if you're trying to trip it, if you're trying to create something.
We're trying to trip it so it falls like completely, like into the completely into the hole. So we yank on the vines that Sildar and Baron and I have made through some sort of elaborate tree pulley system, and then we'll come up to its shins, and it'll go, and then it'll fall into the big hole.
Okay. And you're not trying to disguise. You're hoping that just the fact that it's a thick forest it's not gonna see it, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But it won't see the vines because the vines will just look just like part of the tree.
Yeah, they're made
It'll
of.
be like, I'm not gonna fall in that fucking hole. Whoa!
Okay. The hole is big enough.
If it
What?
if it gets around the hole, I quit the game.
But why?
Okay.
This is
You guys have
tree and it
spent the
doesn't fall in
last.
holes.
You guys have spent the last 15 minutes.
The tree sprouts wings.
You guys have spent
Fillet
the last 15 minutes.
Now riding Bucephalus on the other side.
The last 15 minutes just excavating a whole bunch of stuff. Sildar, Baron, Morley, you guys have created this really thick vine together, and you've positioned yourselves either side of this trench that Mirakin has excavated, but you're on the forest side of it. Mirakin, where are you placing yourself?
I'm gonna be on the far side of the tree.
So you're just like right opposite where it's coming. So it's the tree line trench and then you. So standing between the thing and the.
I hadn't thought of that. If my mates are in the tree line, maybe I'll be with them.
Cool.
Just.
That was.
I might even be in a
You
tree.
might even be in the
actually.
trench. So
I'm not going to be in the trench.
We all hide in the trench.
this trench is for you guys the whole time.
Actually, we all just jump in the trench and they cover us with dirt and we make our own graves and.
Game over.
So yeah, it's been
We shall fight them in the trenches.
it's been 15 minutes, and you just hear that stomping continuous while you're all working hard, getting this plan in place. Loris and Bill, you guys have been tracking this thing for almost 30 minutes through the woods, and again, it's just been slowly and methodically without breaking its concentration, breaking these trees and smashing through and pushing forward. And you can look up through the tree line that it's broken, and you can see that it's starting to sort of the thickness of the woods is starting to give way. It feels and looks like you're nearing the edge of these woods. What are you doing, if anything, to this tree as it continues?
I think if I can't see anything out of the ordinary, I'm just going to keep on following it and just put my faith in the team that something's been set up, but they've obviously hidden it well enough that I can't currently see it. Or if I can see something, I might try to help.
Cool. Baron and Morley, you've been keeping an eye in the direction that these thunderous footsteps are coming from, and you're starting to see some of the trees breaking through, and you're seeing now through into past and into the forest now. Like you can see more of it. It looks like there's more light coming into there, and then a foot just lands maybe within 5 feet of both of you, just bam, and you both grab onto this vine and you pull, right?
No, I tied it to the tree. I'm not fucking.
I think the pole raises it up, but it is anchored to the trees, right?
Yeah, because I don't think my strength is going to handle tripping over this tree, and I
Right,
think you know that, Reagan.
Oh,
You've anchored them as a tripwire, right?
Yeah. So we've raised it up so it'll catch, but after it takes, it's rooted
right.
to the.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, you guys both flick it up underneath what looks like it could be the starting of a foot. You flick it up, and it brings its foot forward. I'm going to roll I am going to roll because it is just
As
it is vines.
Vine, it just carries
Ready for
on
a
forward.
22?
Yeah, it's a very tough
You guys,
tree.
like,
yeah.
you built an incredibly strong vine with the three of you,
Yeah, we'd be like jab jab,
and I'm
like the
and
Ewoks.
I'm
That's what it was. That's what I was missing.
now I had a DC in my head of 18 for that vine. Okay, that was what I'd given it from what you rolled. You guys rolled together 36, and I just halved it and made it the DC for it. It rolled a 20. rolling a total of 26. And it just snaps. Not only does it just snap through that vine, but it's also just pushing the trees that it's anchored to just away. Okay? But it just brings its foot down on top of that hole and just tumbles down into that trench that you've dug, just smacking the front of it into the
Canyon.
edge, and falling back
The ravine,
and
if you
falls
will.
back into this trench, sort of propped up against its back against the back of the trench at this point. Bill, you had your hand up.
So it fell
Yeah,
in.
So what do we
Its
say? Do we
leg
say
landed?
jump,
It is
jump?
fully in that trench at this point.
We're like, yeah, jump, jump.
Bill, you
Nub,
had
nub.
your hand up.
We dance around with our little spears in the air.
Where?
No, it's fucking drowned out.
Yeah.
Now it's in the ditch.
Oh.
Open fire, surely.
We've just gone fully tribal.
fully
We've got.
Ewok.
This
Well,
is like
it's
the,
like
op-
heaps of
it's like
dirt
the
because-
opposite. We like the opposite because this is the AT-20, the AT-2020, and we are the
1080.
Oh, the
Ewoks.
AT-AT?
1080.
AT-AT?
Wait,
What? What are you talking about?
AT-AT. The
Oh, yeah.
the four-legged
AT-AT.
walker thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, it's more like an ATST.
okay. Good.
I'll get the speed of bikes.
So,
So my hand was up because I was just going to say, if we could see anything, that would be the point in time where I would suggest we helped. But
right.
it sounds like it all happened
It
quite
happens
quickly.
from you and Loris's point of view. Suddenly you just see this a burst of this like muted light come flooding in from in front of this thing. And you can see just off in the distance a glimpse of the winery before this creature just disappears from view down into the ground.
Okay, I'm going to run up to the ravine.
Okay, cool. We'll go back to the
And look-
go back to the turn order.
Himself.
We'll go back to the turn order for this. American, you're at the top of the turn order.
Wow, because I'm in a tree nearby, and I would have witnessed this, and I would have screamed, "We got him! We got him!" Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do next because I didn't expect it to work. So
Bury him. Put it all back.
what? Put yeah, like
Bury
put the
it.
dirt back
5
on.
foot at a time.
I can already.
Eh.
Yeah, just yeah. I guess I'm just gonna take aim from the trees to get advantage with another shot from the short
You
bow.
wouldn't even need to be in the
Be
trees
like-
at this point because it is lower than you. It is in this trench that is as tall as it is.
Oh, well, druids like being in trees, so I'm in a tree. Oh, that was a dramatic cough. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a shot, and I'm just gonna be yelling for everyone to do what they can, I guess. Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Nice. Sweet. Yeah, that just shoots directly into sort of the top of what might be its head before it sort of branches out to a bunch of different branches, doing a total of 17 damage, which is awesome.
And then I've also poisoned those.
Okay, cool. So that's a
So I'll roll the poison damage, which I'm really not sure about.
it has rolled a 16, which I
So that's a save,
yeah,
right?
that is a save.
But then he
Half.
takes 7. Oh, he takes 2d6 on a failed save, or
Yeah, so
half as much. So he takes 1d6.
Was
1d6.
It's already
poison.
been rolled. You already rolled it, which was a 4, so he takes half of that, which is 2.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Anything else from American?
I'm gonna say, we did it!
Okay, it is this creature's...
Oh, actually, runs in though.
Okay.
Does this thing look like it has eyes?
Not that you can see.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna try and get runs in to web it on its, like, try and web its face just in case that's where it sees from. I don't know if it has eyes, but it might.
Okay.
So he's going to do a web attack, and I'm going to try and get the web to stick its head to the trench as well, just for bonus lol.
Okay.
So it says it's restrained by webbing, and then it has to make a strength check when it's got an action, which I'm sure it will probably.
There's no way that Ranzin is going to cover any part of this thing in any meaningful way. This thing is enormous.
Okay.
It's like a 5.
It's like your spider going over and going on like a window of a building. Like it's going to do nothing.
Like the cleaners would have to come in.
on my hand.
Then he doesn't do it.
I mean, he can if he just wants to have some fun with the tree. All right, so
he doesn't want to have fun with the tree.
So the this creature's going to do a couple of things. First thing it's going to do is it's going to use its branches to try and reach up, and try and pull itself up out of this trench.
Off.
So we're just going to do a strength check for that.
Uh-oh.
It is rolled. I was going to make this a very high DC because I didn't want it to be easy.
Oh, no.
It was going to be a roll of a 20. It needed. It's rolled at a 15 plus its modifier, which is a total of 21.
Oh, fucking
The branches sort of grab up onto the edge of this dirt that you've excavated, and the first few seconds it just manages to pull a bunch of the dirt down into the trench, making it just like, and then it is filling it up just a little bit with dirt, and it tries to step up onto the dirt that it's loosened, and it continues just pouring at this edge of this thing. It doesn't manage to get out, but it's basically carving the edges of this trench that you've built. So it's still in there, but it is definitely actively working at digging itself out at this point.
Did it take any fall damage when it?
Yes, it did. I should roll that. It is a decent height, so...
Yeah, how does fall damage work? I don't think I've... Oh, no, I
So
have taken fall damage before. It's quite a
took
lot,
14,
right?
It took 14 fall damage when it went in.
That's not
So it's
bad.
a d6 for every 10 foot. So it fell 40 foot. It was 4d6. Cool. That's the end of its turn as it just, spends its turn digging away at the edge of this wall. Sildar, having helped with this vine, is absolutely stoked. He's a bit gutted that the vine didn't work, but the whole plan did. And he makes his way right to the edge of this trench, right above this tree. And he pulls out his longsword and just hacks down into it twice.
Brave.
Get him, Sildar.
Okay. Well,
and they both get advantage, right?
We'll give advantage for both. He needed it because otherwise that first one was a crit fail. So he's rolled an 18 and a 14. That first attack is a hit, doing just only 4 damage to one of the branches.
Oh boy.
Bill, over to you.
I can't swing a sword.
Don't harass Sildar. You'll get into a whole world of trouble for that.
No, that's Duran. That's Duran you'll get in trouble for.
Same. Well, not same, but you know what I mean.
So looking down at this thing, can I see the gem?
You can't see a gem. You can just see a green glow coming from sort of the middle of this creature.
Right. Okay. So encased in wood and things. Okay. In that case,
Oh wait, I had my mic on when I did that.
You know you're getting very horny for this fight. We know.
should I string it out a little bit longer for Dave's sake? He might just
Edge towards it.
Can I reach it with my rapier from where I am?
You can definitely get close enough to do that. You'd have to be standing on the edge of this trench. So within 5 feet, you have to be like, basically next to Sildar.
Yeah. I'm going to stand on the edge of it, and I'm just going to stab this thing. And I'm going to try to stab as close as I can to where I think the heart of the beast is.
Yeah, okay, great. Give us a roll to hit.
Advantage, yeah?
At this point, yes.
A 21.
Is a hit.
I dealt 4 damage, which was a 1 plus 2
Yeah.
plus 1.
Great. Anything else from Bill? Any bonus actions?
No, not this
Baron,
time.
over to you.
Okay, I'm going to cast Chill Touch on it. Do I get advantage on that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so a 5 plus 7 and a 10 plus 7.
A 17 is a hit.
So it's 2d8. Here they are. A 6 total.
Okay.
We're really doing those high numbers.
Yeah.
Look out.
Anything else from the Baron?
I'm going to move as far as I can. I'm going to move my full movement because I don't want to be anywhere near this thing. I'm going to move to the northwest.
Yeah, cool. So you sort of make your way right around the edge of this trench and sort of standing at the northwest of this trench at this point.
Cool.
Morley, over to you.
I think so. I'm kind of at the side of the ditch at the moment.
Yeah.
From where I was pulling the vine. That's not even.
Hey.
Loris,
Get his
hey,
hand
look, Loris
slipped
needs
inside his
moves,
jacket.
so whatever works.
Well, we did have a spare 5 minutes, I suppose.
Right. So after pulling the vine, I'm standing back. I'm gonna let it have it.
Let it rip.
Go.
Let it rip.
So I get advantage on this, right? I'm gonna just try and send a big
Please stop.
big bolt of fire from my hand.
Is that what they call it these days?
I'm gonna aim for its glowing. I'm gonna aim for its.
No,
No
one can say anything anymore on this.
Whereabouts are you getting like closer? You
Oh dear. It hardly seems to matter. It's academic.
Okay. Yeah, you missed.
Oh my
You
God.
missed no matter what.
Oh,
He sprays it everywhere.
Double
Double
twos.
twos. Yeah, it goes. It just misses it
So
completely and
much
gets caught up
damage.
in some of the dirt that it's scratching at. Anything else?
Sorry, everyone.
Okay. Loris.
I just want to stand back a little bit, like taking my cues from Baron, just like giving myself enough room. So if it does start to emerge, I'm a wee bit
Whereabouts
back.
are you standing? Like, so you've got that tree. You were standing behind that trench with the winery on the other side. Whereabouts have you made yourself? Whereabouts are you moving to?
I'll ping it. It's pretty close to where the
Okay,
party
perfect.
location
So
dot
yeah.
is.
So
Yeah.
yep. No, that sounds great. So basically, you're on the opposite side of what where the Baron is right now. Loris, over to you.
Yeah, so I'm assuming I'm maybe 10, 15 feet behind all the action after it's kind of fallen into the hole
Yeah.
and so forth. So having seen, I guess I see it kind of just disappear into this hole, right?
Like I'm
thought you were gonna,
100%
like, stop
ready
it
for this.
here.
Honestly,
I'm,
listening to you guys,
Get it
I've had like 6 things run through my brain as to what I could
I'm already
do.
anticipating something very specific. So let's see how we go. I feel like I should write. I feel like I should write this down, put it in an envelope, and seal it.
You should. You should write it down, put it in an envelope, and then I'll say what I want to do. This decision. Complete freeze of the brain. Anyway, so yeah, I'm basically, as I see him drop, I'm gonna grab Lightbringer out of my it's kind of just gonna grab him and bring him to the fore, and at the top of my lungs I'm gonna yell, Lightbringer, help me out now. I have no idea what it's gonna do.
Lightbringer just bursts with light, like massive radius of radiant light just shines out, giving a lot of light to this small section of Barovia, something that this little area of Barovia hasn't seen for quite some time.
And as I do that, I'm going to flick on my rage again, and I'm going to charge to the edge of this edge of the ravine or hole. Take a brief moment to assess where the beast is,
right below you.
And I'm leaping in at full. I'm basically leaping in, and I'm aiming to land on top of it, and I'm just going to be smashing with all my fours 2 great big hits at its head, or at the top of whatever its face appears to be. So I want to be standing on top of it like an axe logger standing on a log. You know those guys that are chopping away the logs? Just like that, but with a mace.
And we'll find out how that goes next week. That's it. That's us for the night. And yes, that was in my envelope. That was 100% in my envelope. Who else had that one guessed? Other than Adam. Yeah. Great.
Like so, I had.
Sorry.
I had several things, but that was my favorite option.
Instantly, I was like, yeah, he's going to land on this thing. Yeah, 100%. Great strategy on basically getting this thing in a hole.
Wow, it's just a shame that it didn't last long.
It's still in the hole.
He rolled really well.
Still in the hole.
Well, it's still in the hole, and it's still struggling to get out, right? So it's going to take, theoretically, it's going to take another turn to get itself fully out of the hole.
And even if it's that, I've got a system in place for what it is trying to do and how long and what it needs to be able to roll and do to get out. So don't worry about it. You don't have any idea how long it's going to be in that hole for.
Because you imagine if you're prone, it takes a turn to stand up, right? So it's, I guess, beyond prone.
Oh no, it was on its feet in this hole. It basically
but it's in a deep hole. So for it to get out of that hole, it's kind of halfway out
and digging itself out. But that's all it's done so far.
Yeah. So it's taken it's taken a turn where it hasn't attacked us. Assuming it takes another turn or more, that's 2 more turns where we can rip crap out of it.
Imagine if its blood fills up the whole trench and it drowns in its own blood.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Morris will be there.
And then
I'll be swimming around.
Things like whether or not it's going to spend time trying to get out or trying to defend itself. So it could be in that hole till its death. It might get out soon. Even I don't know. It'll come down to dice rolls and what happens to it.
The hole was a great idea. That's a great way to slow
it's a pretty cool strategy.
Yeah.
We've never really done anything on a large tactical scale before. Not overly, and that was probably the most epic tactic we've ever had because we had time.
Yeah, we got to ambush it.
Yeah, American digging that hole. I could just imagine like this frantic druid and all the soil flying around.
Sweat pouring off your head if browers as you're just like flying dirt everywhere. And you stop and you've got this little trickle of dirt running down the side of your face.
American, you should spike growth the walls of the hole.
That's brilliant.
Joe's like,
this trap. I've been holding off.
Save it for the no DM chat.
I've been holding off. I only have 1 second level slot left and no 3rd level slot, so I'm like, oh god.
You guys have.
So after all the fireballing and stuff, how many spell slots have you guys got left?
I've got 2 level 1 and 1 level 2, so I can't do much.
Many.
Yeah.
I got 2 level 1s, 2 level 2s.
Oh, you're all right.
Oh, so
and
you're
1 level
then.
3.
You're all right. That's
so you're good. You're good.
Well, not that good. I normally have like 3 level 3s.
Okay.
I spammed all mine on other stuff.
John, how are you with your spell
I
slots?
normally have 4, 3,
I have
2,
three level 1s, 1 level 2, and 1
Oh,
level
you guys have
3.
got heaps more spell slots than I thought you.
You smashed
fine.
them.
What's going on?
No, there's a
We've-
lot of them.
yeah,
Doesn't feel
we've
like
got
we
a
have a
lot
lot.
How many?
Yeah.
Considering we used them all on those blights before.
True. It depends how many more rounds you think this is going to take you. I don't know.
Yeah. If it helps, this is my last rage.
Right.
So
Oh,
I have 4 based on my levels. So I need a long rest to regain them all. And they last a minute, so it's like what 10 rounds. So yeah.
I reckon we're gonna be.
This could take some time.
There were those other creatures with it, right?
What's that?
Because we have no idea where the other creatures are, right? Like we've got
Yeah.
this guy here, and we've got well, you guys know they exist, but we haven't actually seen where
I mean,
they're
you
heading,
definitely,
if they were
you definitely
following.
haven't stopped the druid problem. That's for sure.
Got a lot of killing to do.
Can we just pause and have a long rest before we carry on?
Yeah, maybe just leave it in the hole. You reckon? Go have an 8-hour sleep and see what's up.
Yeah, just say, hey, you stay here. We'll be back in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was really. I think we might have spent a little too long on the math, and
The mess was excruciating.
and I'm sure we got it completely wrong. But that doesn't matter. You made a big hole,
Probably.
and it worked. Yeah.
This was like a rerun of like when we were reading that signpost. Remember how long that took?
Too long, but at least it was entertaining because was it? Might have not been entertaining at all.
I think
don't
that
know.
was silly enough to be
That's what I think.
entertaining. But if it comes to maths, you're like, I would just say, do a big fucking hole.
Well, yeah. But I can't. Like as a DM, it's kind of like I can let you guys do something awesome, but I can't just let you make a 100-foot wide, 2,000-foot deep trench. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
think
You
once
need to
we
know
figured
what
out
the
how
capability
many
are.
turns, the most maths we needed, I think, was to figure out how many turns we had to
Yeah.
do it, and that makes you think, oh, you can do something minor, medium, or
Yeah.
pretty huge.
It's like,
I think we had pretty huge time then. It was good.
yeah.
10
Like
minutes.
20
or something.
minutes, 20 minutes or whatever it is to do that is fucking
I
massive.
think we did something that would have been about right. Because 200
Yeah, I think
cubes
so.
of this thing, basically.
Cubits. That's like as big as Noah's Ark.
Right.
There was a lot of planning that went into that. There was like figuring out where it was going to come through the tree line, figuring out how to make it kind of stumble or whatever, then figuring out how much of a hole would be needed to kind of impair it.
I liked
love that
I
it
liked
worked.
the whole vine thing as well, getting in on that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
And
that-
honestly, I wasn't
thought-
trying to be stupid when I was like, and you guys just pull. I was just like, in my head, I was just that dumb. That's it. I just didn't think it through.
I
No,
thought you
'cause-
were scamming us.
If you think about it, like there's 2 ways that could have been done. You could have had Morley and Baron at either end of this vine, pulling
I mean,
it
that just
taut
would not
and
have worked,
hoping
now
like
that I
hell,
think
or
about
they
it.
could have attached
Yeah,
it to a tree.
Yeah.
That literally
Right.
happens with Ewoks.
Exactly.
They get dragged
Exactly,
behind an
they get
ATST.
dragged behind it. That's and with the whole time you're talking about it. This is the Ewok
Yeah.
plan. It's
And I
like,
think it was-
well, you know what
I
happened.
heard
with
Adam
Ewok.
specifically say, like, and we're just going to pull it. And I was like, oh, right. So they're just doing it with themselves. I didn't think they were bound to trees, but that's.
Well, I was meaning, so it's looped around
Yeah,
2
yeah.
trees either side, and the pulling is to give it enough elevation.
I got
to
there
cause the
eventually.
catch.
I did get there.
I think it was a fair question.
yeah.
It was a fair question
Yeah.
asked to clarify these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, the fact that I think the even though it didn't work, it was enough distraction to mean that he wasn't looking for what was in front of him. He's like, "Oh shit, what's this?" Tug, 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 wah! And falls into it. Tug, tug, tug.
I don't think it made any difference whatsoever.
But
Tag on those
if
lines.
there was no vine, I would have made a roll to decide whether or not he saw the trench. But because there was a vine, there was a distraction, no roll. Yeah. So the vine helped.
And he just managed to break it too,
Only
really,
just,
didn't he?
yeah.
That's true.
Seems to break all of our things. Just
Look, it's very strong.
particularly with your roll.
Unsurprisingly, he's got a
I mean,
very good strength modifier.
this is similar to
It's like
Bert.
+6 or 7 on his strength rolls.
It's decent. I'm not going to state what mechanic
Yeah,
it
it's
is, but it's a decent.
You could. We could check the text
I
because
did
you did
actually,
actually
I
say
did.
it.
You did the math. You did something plus
Yeah,
something.
you're
I'm
right,
sure
you're
it was like a plus 6 or a 7.
That's right. I
but
did
yeah.
say plus 6. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got at least 20 something
That's
strength.
right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
My building's 5 stories high, so I keep
it's got
kids
22
Right.
strength. Fuck.
thinking
Yeah.
almost that height.
That's cool.
Charging.
So like basically, so you're on the 5th floor. Its head would get to the bottom of your floor that you're on, basically. Because it's 4 stories high. So like,
I've seen it described as a 4 or 5 story
right?
building.
Okay, well, fair enough.
So
Depends on the
it's
building.
that
What?
massive.
What's big?
It's big.
It's big.
Yeah.
Let's not get into the math again. Fuck.
How many?
What's the stud height on each floor? And is the ground floor a higher stud height than the
Some
other
of the floors
floors?
have like raised ceilings, just a little higher than modern.
Oh yeah.
Is any of the floors in a John Malkovich situation where they're like half floors?
Yes. Good.
And Sildar
Oh,
is
no.
back.
Or a loft at the top.
Sildar's back, and he's like bewildered, but still shooting at things. It's fantastic.
Did you like having Sildar? No. So I
I'm
can get rid of him. He's fine.
No, Sildar's great to have back, but I'm really confused as to how and why he came back. I'm assuming it's one of the things that we rolled with Needle, but
There should not be
trying to
any
remember.
confusion
I tell you
as to
what.
what caused him to appear, right? Is there confusion?
yeah, I'm totally confused. I have no idea.
Needle
It
showed
was
up and
Needle,
he
but I
spun the
don't
wheel and
know.
it said like familiar face, and he's like, oh, familiar face, and disappeared.
Oh,
And then he's come back and he's
Right,
delivered
okay.
that familiar face. All right. I didn't think it
I
was that
tell you what
cryptic.
though, I feel no, it wasn't that cryptic. I feel
Thank you.
I feel genuinely bad that he's come to Barovia.
I will give you one very big clue. It is Sildar. He has hit points. He can die.
Oh,
How's that a clue?
that's not a
The
clue.
clue is like
It's a threat.
That's just life.
it's just,
Clue to
We're all
D&D.
Silver.
Characters have hit points.
I'm just saying it's
He will
it's not
die.
like some kind of illusion that's been manifested by Needle. He has brought.
We didn't think.
That's just setting us up for disappointment when Sildar dies. That makes me really sad.
He doesn't have to die.
Sildar died before, has he?
It's a foregone
He almost died
conclusion.
I just don't want Sildar. Sildar's in a very dangerous position for an old guy with bad knees
He's
standing.
a strong man.
Is someone going to give me the TLDR on your history with
Sildar
Sildar?
was like the first NPC these guys came across in the first campaign. He was like he was captured by goblins and they rescued him. And he was the one that basically gave them the information on what the first campaign was about and helped them right through to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. A little passive aggressive, but a
Very
good guy.
passive-aggressive.
And he actually is a strong fighter.
Yeah.
He's not
He's
just
a good-
he's not a weak old man with weak knees. He's a strong fighter. He's just a bit passive
And
aggressive.
because it's been like 3 years since Lost Mine of Vandelver,
So he's older.
he's stronger than he used to be.
He's
I've made him-
stronger.
He's
He's stronger. I thought he would have
would've-
aged.
Only gets like a fine wine. Just gets better with it.
Yeah.
In the
And
world
he's
of
got
magic.
massive shoulder
Just
pads.
enormous shoulder pads. Do we have those? There you go.
Bigger than Judge Dredd.
There he is.
It's difficult to see them how massive they are even in there.
They're pretty massive.
Okay, thanks, Silver.
Jeez.
Sildar was the beginning of the passive aggressive DM
Yeah.
approach to the world, I
Yeah.
think.
That's just me.
No, it was like he got antagonized.
He got-
Yeah, it didn't come out of
He
nowhere.
responded.
He
He responded
Yeah,
accordingly.
he was picked on a lot. Like you guys like rescued him, and the first thing was, can we trust him? Can we trust this guy that we just rescued? Let's follow him.
No, that was only from some
I
of the
know, I
party
know, I
members,
know,
okay? Don't
Yeah.
don't tar us all.
I didn't say
with
you
that.
all did it.
I'm gonna
Some is being generous.
make a real point of. Oh, I don't know if I can trust this guy.
Dave, has there been any movement on your Noah's Ark sandwich or whatever it is?
Well, because I'm still not back at work yet,
Bowel movement.
and
What?
given we're currently I'm still working from home for at least next week. So who knows what will happen?
So how about this enormous double, triple Kit Kat thing that you're going to do then?
64 bars. Yeah.
That's so expensive.
That's too
Nintendo
many.
64 Kit Kat.
That is ridiculous.
Did I miss something in the Discord, or did we completely skip 32?
I skipped 32. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not.
We went straight from what was it, 16,
16. Yeah,
to 32 in one. Sorry, to 64.
Beyond
It's like video
games.
games.
We completely missed the Mega Drive.
we skipped. Absolutely skipped a level and went
What's
to the
the
bigger.
deal? So are they going to be like 4
Oh.
high?
I don't know. I haven't
The
worked it out.
And
sound,
then
I think.
4
Yeah. Sorry.
long?
The PlayStation.
More maths. I'm so triggered right
Yeah,
now.
I have to work
We
out.
went straight. We
$100.
went straight from the Mega Drive to the N64.
You're going to
Yeah.
have to do...
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
it may as well be the SNES to the N64, right?
You're going to have to do like... Oh, man, that's going to be enormous.
Is it 8 by 8 by 8? Or no, hold on, 64. 8 by 8? Is it 64?
If you were just going to do...
Yes,
Maybe
8
to the,
times
If you were
8 is
just going to do
64.
one
Thank
long
you.
single layer, yeah, then it would be 8 by 8.
It needs to be 1, 2.
Maybe the
How
32
many cubic feet will it be?
How many can you move in 6 seconds?
Where
gonna
would you
take-
store it?
I'm going to eat it. I'm not
Yeah,
storing
you
the
got to
fucking-
build another room.
Don't eat it as you go, though. That'll sort of somewhat ruin the illusion.
No, I'll put it in I'll build it and then I'll put it in the fridge.
Will you?
How big's your fucking
Put it in
fridge?
a fridge.
I don't think you'll put it in the fridge.
You're going to have to rip the shelves out, man.
Nah, it'll be big enough. It'll be big enough.
You got one of
I
those
reckon-
big
I reckon-
freezers
American
you
style
put bodies in.
on an
It'll be big enough.
Like a
Otherwise, I'll just leave it sitting on the bench and hope that
like
no
a
one
chest
touches it.
freezer or something that you can like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it would fit in the freezer drawer, I'm sure.
You might have to, yeah. You might. I don't know, dude.
Maybe.
Like the one that we had was
What?
enormous, and that was only 16.
It wasn't that big. I don't know.
Oh,
I
isn't
feel
it?
like
It
I've
made me
had my
feel
fill of talking
sick.
about how big units of things are tonight. I'm done. Well, can we stop with the mess?
know.
I beg.
Wait, can I before we stop with the units? Can I ask the configuration? Are you talking like 4 deep, or are you talking a single layer?
No, single layer would be silly because Reagan and Joe did double layer, right?
You're gonna have to do 4 by 4 by 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get like 4 of the 16 ones.
Yeah,
Just
so it's
thinking
gonna
you
be
got 4 of those.
yeah.
Of
It's
the
gonna be
previous
like,
giant
I
Kit
don't know,
Kat.
that
And
thick,
big bum.
right? Approximately. At a guess.
It's
I don't know,
gonna,
it's gonna
dude,
be
no, it'll be like
ish thick,
even taller than that.
maybe
yeah.
thicker.
It's gonna be. It is like a Twinkie as long as 5 miles long.
As long as the
whatever
eye
it is.
can see.
It's going to be a hippopotamus size Kit Kat.
Kiss your colon goodbye.
He's got a dog for that. Don't worry. If it-
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to stop him. He gets in there. It's fun.
What's in there? Oh my.
Yeah,
He likes
enjoys
it.
Yeah. It'll be cruel to stop him.
How did this escalate so rapidly from Dave's 64 Kit Kat to that dog in there?
Mm.
All right, what are the viewers thinking?
yeah,
Should
yeah.
we change
Yeah.
this up?
Situation of the Kit Kat.
Let's talk about the
Yeah, it'd be
game.
interesting to
A
see.
lot of unsubscribes fast to the
Yeah, if you guys have liked what we've been talking about or what we've been doing, do give us a follow. But let us know as well. Like, what did you think of tonight's session?
Random's buying 64 Kit
Jackalope
Kats.
says, "I want a fucking Kit Kat." That's fair. That's fair.
That's. I was on my way home and I filled up with some gas. And as I went in to pay for the gas, I saw the Kit Kat display and I was like, D&D night equals Kit Kats. And I bought a regular size Kit Kat and then a Kit Kat chunky. And I was like, I'm preconditioned. It's like a Pavlovian response to D&D. It's like a big.
Yes, we were in the supermarket the other day. We almost never buy Kit Kats or anything like that ever, but we saw them. We're just like, let's grab more Kit Kats, I guess. It does totally works. It's mint chocolate fudge. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good one. Kalan says that he almost bought one today as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about that monster
So,
though?
Leah, what do you want? Is there anything you guys want
How
to?
many Kit
He's
Kats
covered in
large is
blood.
it?
Yeah, which
Yeah, why is he oozing blood?
Joe,
Yeah.
Whose blood? What I want to know is it his blood or is it someone
Joe,
else's blood?
what else do you know that is made of wood that oozes blood?
My staff.
Oh my god, where did your staff come from?
What if it's made from him? I don't know.
Your
Apparently
microphone sounds
so.
terrible all of a sudden, Joe.
To be fair though,
He's made of lots of staves.
I have never witnessed my staff doing that, so I don't know that. Do I know
that's
from
what
my
being
attunement to it that it does
Yeah,
that?
that's the whole attunement process, my friend. That's basically you learn
Okay.
everything about it.
Friend zone.
There was that pause right there, eh? Just that little pause.
But yeah, when you attune stuff, you know all the stuff that's in
Yeah.
the book.
Okay. I don't know what to make of that then.
Like you.
Well,
Sorry, Adam.
when I got the Sunblade, I didn't really know what was happening, but I was trying to do a lot of waving it about and like intentfulness with it. You should try some command words with the goopy staff. Arise or destroy, self-destruct. Or...
Yeah. Now the moment you attune to it, you get all the information. So
I'll just raise my staff in the air and be like, "Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!" And it will start punching itself in the face.
I don't think you can control blights with it, but definitely the description says that they don't see you as an enemy, any kind of intelligent plant life.
Until I harm them.
Does it say that? I think it just doesn't.
Yeah. No. While you are attuned to the staff, blights and other evil plant creatures don't regard you as hostile unless you harm them. And I have harmed them, so.
We
You dug some holes.
It knows.
I nailed him with a crit with my short bow.
It has not been looking
right.
at you guys at all. It wouldn't know, as of right now, it wouldn't know who's done what to it because it's always been looking towards the trees or been attacked from behind.
What is its beef with the vineyard?
Who created it?
We don't know.
God.
Druids.
Druids.
Oh, goddamn Druids!
And
Druids and
and
Fluids
and,
and
and the druids have been just not being nice to that vineyard.
Yeah, they're dicks.
Yeah,
Can we summon the ravens? With the ravens?
you possibly could. I mean, you are pretty close to the vineyard at this point. Relatively close. You could definitely call out, by all means.
Well, they're going to build a nest in it or something.
Yeah.
What we need is a team of woodpeckers.
I thought beavers. In the chat,
Oh,
we were
yeah.
talking about if we could get beavers in there.
I
Oh,
can
that's
turn
why you
into
said-
one.
Joe,
Well, that's why I said they're talking about beavers.
Leave it to Beaver.
Termites? Can we get some termites to just pile into that hole?
I could probably become a swarm of termites. Did you know druids can turn into swarms of things?
Really?
I've never done it before.
That's crazy.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think like you can turn into a swarm of rats and stuff, I think.
That's pretty cool.
And bugs.
So all the ravens, does each person turn into one raven? Okay, so they're not becoming a whole unkindness of
No.
raven each.
No.
Okay.
One for
Now I have to
one.
look
They're
that
not.
up
They're not
and
druids.
Make sure I'm not talking crap. Can
not
anyone
druids.
Can anyone in the chat confirm that druids can turn into swarms of things? Because I'm pretty sure I can.
A swarm of
It'd be
beavers.
interesting if you
I can
could.
turn into all sorts of swarms.
That's weird.
I
Why
wonder
would you
how
ever turn into
your
an
brain-
individual one if you could turn into a group of them?
Because you can only turn into a swarm of like quite weak things, like a swarm of rats or whatever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, it probably has limited kind of uses.
Someone said they thought it was a subclass.
I don't know. There should be. Oh, okay.
I wonder
Maybe
how
it's
the
only a certain
brain-
type of
What were you
druid.
saying, John?
I wonder how the brain works if it's spread across multiple creatures.
Yeah.
Can you see through all of their eyes?
I assume so.
Hive
yeah,
mentality.
yeah.
Like the Borg.
Hive mind.
And so, what are you guys thinking in regards to the green glow coming from this creature?
The Xbox.
Yeah.
So,
It's the magic seed, and we need to rip it out
Right.
and get it back and give it to Davian.
oh,
so we
you're
can-
smart.
So we need to get him.
I don't know if that was epic sarcasm, Shannon, or
No, it wasn't me because it didn't occur to me. I was like, fuck, you're right. Big Jim.
It must have, because like the whole reason we went to get the druids is because they'd stolen the gem, and then there's like a magic glowing green
And
thing.
did they need the gem to summon this fucker?
well, I mean,
I don't know, but it's
the
not
gem
theirs.
was giving life to like the vineyard, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's actually Is it confirmed that it's dripping blood, or is it dripping champagne de luston?
Wine.
It's dripping blood. It is dripping blood.
Yeah, but that's why it's got all those grapes hanging out its ass.
What?
Those aren't grapes.
Get in there.
Larp Kiwi said, "Yeah, you can't turn into a swarm."
Yeah, I just looked it up, and yeah, I thought you could because it's in the monster. It's in the beasts list, but yeah, you can't.
right. And you can turn into beasts. So right,
Yeah, good thing I never did.
I mean, I would have just allowed it because I don't check that stuff, but that's fine. Yeah. It looks like it might be a subclass, which is kind of cool.
Remember that time you magic up those crocodiles, American?
Oh,
That was pretty
great.
cool. If
That was
only I
awesome.
had some freaking spell slots left. But no, I had to spend it on giving you guys good charisma for a few minutes.
Got that fucking family back together. I don't know why you're so.
I mean, I did help heal a broken family and such, but
We
I'd
meant it
rather
really put a
not
price on
die. What's that? And also, you know what? We also used it to start a small business idea with we've helped them diversify into the kombucha cottage industry, which is pretty exciting.
Morley's mother.
We've got some free bowls of wine.
That's right. Yeah.
Still, I'd probably rather use it to not die against a giant monster.
We all make choices.
We sure
By
do.
the way, I think you're all very good in helping Dave restrain himself. I was expecting tonight. What I was expecting was Dave running in.
You chucked the bait out there as well on our way over. You're like, so it's 30 minutes,
Seriously,
and
I
you're
was
not
like,
going to take him the
I just
whole
wanted to
time?
make
Like,
sure
yeah,
I wasn't
Sure?
making.
You did. You
Not
like-
even a little bit, not even like a nibble at the knee.
That was me not wanting to step on Dave's toes. If he wanted to do something, that was his opportunity to say that's what he was going to do.
You were like half a second away from being like, he turns around and calls you a pussy.
Yeah. Hello, you're like shorty coming from this thing, aiming directly at his arms.
Hello, little man.
So,
Because you know that would have
Oh
totally
yeah, of
triggered
course.
me. But
But if that had happened, I'm pretty certain Loris would be dead now, and probably Bill. I think I didn't expect Bill to go after Loris.
wow.
I didn't expect Bill to jump off the
Neither.
carriage at all. No, I honestly expected that I'd be chasing after Lightbringer by myself. I'm
I've
pretty
literally
Bill
saved
said-
you every time.
Bill saved your life with his level head, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you did chase after Lightbringer and you got Lightbringer.
yeah.
And then
Once I'd done that, the cart obviously.
it was still
No, I hadn't
left at that point.
Yeah. I was still parked up watching your fucking ass running down the path. So,
Yeah. I was.
I've got a theory.
I was 100.
Wait,
I
I'm-
was thinking 100%
'cause
sure
I was-
Loris was going to die. 100%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
100%.
I was
what happened. I am
100% sure.
like, literally.
Uh,
Oh my
I'm literally
god.
standing on top of this thing,
Just-
so it could still
But
happen.
because I didn't think he'd be able to restrain himself. That's why I was.
Do you think that he would have shown up, like the tree would have shown up with this raggedy rig
Just
body
holding on to
stuck in
this
a
thing,
branch.
yeah, just like
Just going,
yeah. Or just left him like in the middle of those woods.
It would have been more scary as if this Loris's body had just come flying out of the trees and landed in front of the hole.
Oh, jeez.
Woof.
And it was
That would have been amazing.
That would have been
we
really
can
cool.
retcon this.
I would have really. If you ever want the tree to kill Loris, I want to end that way. I want to be thrown and land in front of the party.
So you want Loris
That's
dead?
how I want it to end. I think it would be cool to end
So
that
you
way.
want? I mean, we
That
could.
would be really
If
cool.
you don't want Loris anymore, I can definitely kill him next episode.
No. Just saying, if you are going to kill Loris,
Well, I don't decide. I don't just decide. It's like it is very much the dice rolls. I don't go right, and tonight I'm going to kill Loris.
So if the dice decide, that's how I want it to happen.
But we're all in different spots.
Drowning in goo. That would I would have picked you.
Just this ecstatic moment.
I would be drenched.
Yeah.
Died doing what he loved, covering himself in bodily fluids.
He drowned in it.
Bukaki.
Oh, well, let's call it there. I think. I think it's a great way to end it.
Enough said.
If you liked what you've seen tonight, come watch us again next week and give us a follow or a subscribe, or come check out our stuff on YouTube or some of our previous sessions on Twitch, our podcast, or just come and chat to us in our Discord, because we'd love to have you stop by and chat about pretty much anything. Anything from the rest of you guys? I think we're good. Oh, okay, we'll see you guys at the same time next time. Thank you, everybody, and a massive thanks to Random Origins, our moderator, and all of our wonderful subscribers. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.